what's up everybody? Welcome back to Alexis for a live stream, the 3 p.m. Watchalongs. It's back for its second episode, its second outing of today. Ironically, the only times I stream is when Ipswich play at Portman Road. But I will be going to Ipswich and Barnsley as long as there's no train strikes, but I'm also going to start driving there as well. So if anything, I'll have less excuses pretty much in the next couple of weeks or so. But the positive you have with that is that you have me today, talking through all of the 3 p.m. kickoffs. God, excuse me, my throat. Sorry for the delay. I've got a reason for my delay. If you've got eyes of a hawk, you may notice that someone's here. That is Gatsby himself. He is here today. And he slept on my remote, which I couldn't find. I needed to basically connect my headphones to my TV, which I needed to get the remote for, and I couldn't get it because, for a start, I couldn't find it, and I didn't realise he was sleeping on it. So, it happens. Right, I'm just going to change the like targets to 30. It somehow stayed to 140 odd likes, so I'm really shocked at that, but we still move on to today. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Let's go and start previewing what's going on. And we've already had one game taking place, actually. Literally just now, actually. Guess we get off the remote. Yeah, it was a little bit like that now. Right, so let's go to Catcher. And I am aware that there are some dropped frames. I'm hoping it's not bad. Oh, of course, my thing doesn't want to work. Well, in fact, no, maybe not. In fact, actually, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Great, of course. It's not recognising that. Oh, for God's sake. What's going on here? Why does window never want to work for me? I'm going to have to open a new tab and see if that works. Apologies, guys. I don't know what's going on with my window catchers. It was working so well at one stage, and now it doesn't want to work again. It's almost like it forgets what to recognise. It's not even recognising that. What the hell is going on with this? Oh, for God's sake. I am not in the mood for this. As to be joining more friends than Bristol City driving by. Hey, that's not on, Charlie. I don't know what's going on. I tell you what I'm blaming. My family are back today, so they're going to be on the internet. So it's my family's fault. My bloody family's fault. They're back using the internet, and they couldn't care, but I'm streaming right now. So they're holding the internet. It's not a good day, is it, Alex? No, all going wrong. Well, I can't do anything about the drop frames. I don't know what's going on with Catcher right now. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. This is just going to quickly open a new tab and see if this works. Because I want to show you the teams, and I want to show you the recent result between Cardiff and Birmingham. Right, there we go. Right, we've actually got a tab, which is, it's nothing to do with football, but at least it's a tab that I can use. Right, hang on a minute. Right, so what I wanted to show you, not that, was this result. Cardiff, Birmingham. I'm aware you can't see me either. That's not a bad thing, but there I am. So then, there we go. I can still think straight. So, this is what happened between Cardiff and Birmingham. It ended 1-0 to the Bluebirds. Look at this attack momentum there. Cardiff looking comprehensively the better team, especially in that first half. Second half, looks like Birmingham clawed them back a little bit, but even with that, Birmingham just looked like they didn't do enough. Jalen Philodun-Bide scores for Cardiff. He's a new transfer as well. A very recent transfer, I believe, from Aston Villa. So Cardiff got him in quite recently. Callum O'Dowda, another new signing, getting the assist, and looks like that was the only highlight in the first half. Then all these substitutions. Look at these yellow cards for Birmingham. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 yellow cards for Birmingham, and for Cardiff, only Shea Ojo got the yellow card there. For statistics, look at that, 57% to 43%. 0 shots on target for Birmingham. That's not a great sign. 7 shots on target for Cardiff, however. 8 shots off target to 1. 3 blocked shots there, so 3 of their 4 shots were just blocked, and that's good defending, therefore, by Cardiff. 12 fouls, so Birmingham struggled with that. Look at that, 3 big chances missed for Cardiff. It sounds like that they should have scored more than the 1 goal, but they did. 1 shot from the counter attack, 7 shots outside the box to 4, 6 saves made by Ruddy. Oh my god. He's my substitute goalkeeper as well, and Gaffer. 428 passes there, and pretty comprehensive. It looks like Cardiff deserved to win that. I don't know if any of you watched it. I mean, I didn't watch it because I was playing football. So, what's going on here? Can we check the teams? Yes, of course. Tom, welcome to the stream. Obviously, it's the family. Yeah, of course it is. Right, so let's check teams. Let's look at Hull Norwich first. Going in that order, there's Paul Merson. Okay, Matt Ingram in goal with Callum Elder, Greaves, Figueiredo and Louis Coyle. Pretty traditional back four there with Alfie Jones, Slater, Tufan in that midfield. Alahaya up there with Estupinian and Tete up front. That's a pretty predictable team there. With Norwich, they've got Tim Krul, Nunez, not Darwin Nunez, but Marcelino Nunez. Grant Hanley, Omar Badidi, I can't even say his name, Andrew. With Max Aarons at the back. Kenny McLean, Sorensen and Dow. That's a pretty good midfield. And then the front three of Cantwell, Pookie and Rashia. I tell you what, if his front three need to click, it really should be one of the best front threes in the league. The bench looks like this with Baxter, McLaughlin, Cannon, Wilkes, Williams, Jones and Coville for Hull. For Norwich, they've got Gunn, Ben Gibson with only a 6.2 rating overall, Aaron Ramsey, Ono Hernandez, Liam Gibbs, Daniel Sinani and Josh Sargent. You do have some options there. We have got 15 minutes left. We might be able to cover all the team's squads actually. Here's Sunderland and QPR. Patterson in goal with Cherkin, Bat and Danny Bannard there. Jack Clark and Lynn Magooch, pretty much that same back five. Dan Neal there with Corey Evans, Alex Pritchard, Ellis Sims and Ross Stewart. If I'm right in saying, I think that actually might be an unchanged team to the team that beat Bristol City actually. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Senny Dieng stays in goal for QPR with Nico, with Jimmy Dunn, Dickey and Osman Kai at the back there. Okay, interesting. Sam Field, Stephen Johansson, there's Ilias Chair, Albert Adoma there in Chris Willett's position because he's injured. Shadipo and Lyndon Dykes up front. In the bench for Sunderland, we've got Bass, Wright, Alesse, Roberts, 09, Embleton and Jack Diamond. For QPR, we've got Walsh, Gubbins, Masterson, Dozel, Macaulay Bond, Tyler Roberts, almost forgot he's not played yet, and Sinclair Armstrong. Interesting stuff there. Sunderland still in the top 6 as well, which is crazy. Cardiff third after that win. Wow, incredible. Let's go back to more teams. I don't know. I can't remember the top of my head how many games we've got in 3 o'clock. So we've got Hull Norwich, Sunderland QPR, Huddersfield Stoke, Blackpool Swansea, Wigan Bristol City, Rotherham Reading, Luton Preston, Mill Coventry. Yeah, that's our 8. In fact, no, there are Sunday games, but I don't know if they're on live in Sky Sports though, which is a shame. So therefore we've got 8 games to talk through. Yeah, so we've got 8 games to talk through here. We've gone through 2. Let's go through Huddersfield and Stoke right now. Huddersfield definitely not looking very confident right now. Nee Nichols with Ruffles, Lees and Nakayama is starting. Okay, that's interesting. Turton playing in that right back there with Jonathan Hogg. Kessler, one of their new signings, is starting as well. He's making his debut with Jack Rudoni. Sorba Thomas with a 6.35 with Angerin and Danny Ward up front. Stoke have got Bursick, Wilmot, Flint, Taylor, Sparrow. Not heard about him. Lewis Baker, Josh Laurent, Will Smallbone, Josh Tyman, Jacob Brown and Dwight Gale. Interesting. The bench for Huddersfield, we've got Chapman, Boyle, Russell, Camera, Rhodes, Holmes and Karoma. For Stoke, we've got Bonham, Phil Jagielka, Kilkenny, Thompson, Clucas, DiMaggio, Wright Phillips and Tyrese Campbell. I tell you what, I think Stoke have got a decent squad depth with quality there. It's just whether they're consistent enough. Let's go now to Blackpool Swansea. I'm actually going to look in the lineups here, it's easier. So we've got Dan Grimshaw, hope you can see that. With Donald Thompson, Reece Williams, Martin Ekita, with Connolly, Fiorini, Carey, Kenneth Dougal, Jerry Yates, Corbinu and Josh Bowler. For Swansea, you've got Andrew Fisher, Darling, Norton, Ben Cabango starting his first game. It looks like he picked up an injury at the start of the season. Joel's playing there, Sorinonda there, one of the new signings with Matt Grimes, Jake Fulton, Ryan Manning, and then you've got your front two of Obafemi and Joel Piero, which should rip things up. Swansea's bench looks like this with Bender, Gordon, Cooper, Congreve, Nitcham, Allen and Cullen there. Blackpool's bench looks like this with Maxwell 490, Husband, Lawrence Gabriel, CJ Hamilton on the bench, and Patino on the bench as well. I think Blackpool got some decent options now. I think they have made some great investment. Wigan squad looks like this with Amos, Bennett, Watmore, Kerr, Deweekwa with Bats Power, Tom Layla, with James McLean, Will King, Callum Lang with a 6 rating, and Josh McGuinness with a 6.75. Got Jamie Jones, Nyambe on the bench with Tom Pearce, Asgard was a recent signing there with Shinnie, Nathan Broadhead, brand new signing, very recent as well, with Stephen Humphreys. For Bristol City's sake, they've got Dan Bentley with a 6.1, which is harsh. Rob Atkinson, Naismith and Viner. That's pretty much been the same back three really, with Mark Sykes playing that. Interesting with Jade Silva. Williams and Conway as a midfield too, with Alex Scott. Definitely gained some game time this season now. With Chris Martin and Andres Vyman. Definitely will have some attacking potential with that front two there. Now Rotherham Reading. I'm really intrigued about this one. So yeah, got Johansson, Humphreys, Wood, Grant Hall there. With Barlaser, Ferguson, Wiles, Lindsay, Wes Harding, Washington and Ogbene. Their bench looks like this with Vickers, McCart, Bramall, who I always have a soft spot for, Lee Peltier, Scott High, Rathbone and Georgie Kelly. Reading squad looks like this with Lumley, Guinness Walker there with McIntyre, Holmes, Yeardom, Junior Hoylett, Tom Ince, Fornat, the brand new signing from Nottingham Forest, Jeff Hendrick, Mamadou Lourn making his first start, and Shane Long. Their bench looks like this with Buzanis, John Clark, Michael Craig, Camara, Abrevea, Kelvin, and Louis Holzman there. Okay, intriguing. Next to talk about is Luton and Preston. I predicted, I think, a 1-0 win to Luton, so I don't expect many goals. We've got Horvath in goal, Reece Burke, Sonny Bradley, Dan Potts, James Bree, Campbell, Jordan Clark and Murray Bell, Luke Freeman, Colton Morris and Adebayo. That's a strong team with Luton. Macy, Lockyer, Osho, Watson, Forbes, Jerome and Woodrow on the bench. Got some great options there. Preston looks like this with Woodman in goal, Hughes, Lindsay, Story, Ben Whiteman there, Brady, Brown, Ledson, Brad Potts. Oh, McCann's playing. Okay. Looks like he's not made a start. Well, he's definitely not made a start. Looks like he's getting his first minutes of his season there with Troy Parrott from. No Reece Jacobson. Is he injured? Yeah, oh, but he's on the bench. That's a very interesting move by Ryan Lowe there. Ben Woodburn, Cunningham, Johnson, Slater, Bauer and Cornell there. I was surprised that if you're not going to put Reece, I would have expected Daniel Johnson to take that place. But fair enough, that's interesting. Final teams to cover in the final 10 minutes. Millwall, Coventry. We've got Bill Kowski, Murray Wallace, Jake Cooper, Charlie Cresswell as a back three, with Scott Malone, Danny McNamara, Billy Mitchell and Jamie Shackleton playing in those positions there. George Honeyman playing in that number 10. And in the front two, you've got Benik Afobe and Mason Bennett. Coventry's looks like this with Simon Moore, Panzo, McFadden, Hyam, Dabo, Ben Sheaf, Jamie Allen, Hamer, Bidwell and the front two of Godden and Victor Gyökeres. Benches look like this with Long, Hutchison, Evans, Saville, Leonard, Tyler Berry and Oliver. And for Coventry's sake, we've got Ben Wilson, Callum Doyle, Eccles, Casey Palmer, Burrows, Tyler Walker and Fabio Tavares. These are what all the tables are looking like. So we could potentially see Sunderland go top and get ahead of Watford there, which is crazy. We could see Hull go towards top as well if they improve their goal difference as well. Yeah, Birmingham not looking like they're going to stay in the top six for very long. In terms of the bottom three, oh god, Swansea really needed to get something here. They really got to. Right, let's go back to the actual watch-along feature and see what everyone has to say. How's it going? It's going alright. How is everyone else doing, by the way? Yes, I did know about that, Tom, by the way. I have saved those predictions. We have checked the teams. Yes, I think I've caught up with comments, actually. Definitely much quieter today than it was yesterday, I'll tell you that. Coventry game on Tuesdays off. Yeah, I did see Wigan and Coventry is being called off, unfortunately, due to Coventry's pitch just not deemed safe. And the EFL are starting to lose patience now by the looks of things as well. So many tight games today in the Championship. Yeah, I know. I honestly think this season is going to feel very tough in a lot of areas. It was your birthday yesterday. Well, happy birthday, Finley, from yesterday. Just in case if none of you knew, there's Gatsby. He's here today. And doesn't look like it. He's too asleep. Leeds could be top by 5. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they can do against Southampton. What I do need to do is actually make sure I save the predictions again just before the 3 p.m. Hang on a minute. Let me just have a quick sip of my tea. Right. So, let's just check the latest comments on the Premier League and my Championship predictions. So, it's double checking now. When you know you've got 42 comments, you know there's a lot of people getting involved this time. Oh, so Tom, didn't you post your ones last week as well? I don't know if you changed them. 5 hours ago. Okay, to be fair, 5 hours ago, so you got that before Cardiff played Birmingham, so I'll get that saved. Right, okay, Tom, don't worry, I've got that saved now. Right, I think I've got everyone's predictions in the Championship. If you've not predicted them, by the way, best time to predict is right now, because I'm going to see those comments. You would now have a good idea in terms of what I have to do behind the scenes to get those comments saved. Right, there is... Okay, I've done them all now. Right, so we can have a small chat because we've got 7 minutes before kickoff. What's everyone wanting to know about? Any questions about the recent football events? Aston Villa beating Everton by 2-1. I might actually quickly look at the stats for that game as well. Right. They're going through all the previews for all the leagues right now. I'll be interested to see who's commentating in Portman Road. JD Dyer's doing Plymouth and Peterborough. I'm just getting the other tabs ready. Just give me 2 seconds because I've had to change tabs, obviously. I mean, what a debut for Philogene Bides. I've got to say, recent transfer from Aston Villa and he already gets on the score sheet. He does really well there. So I've got that sorted. I'm going to have 3 duplicates there to do one from each league. Because I've not done a 3 p.m. watch along with Premier League games. This is a first for me. So this is going to be pretty carnage. It'll be carnage, I'll tell you that. Right, so I've got a sofa score saved for the Premier League in case anything happens there. I'm going to have one saved very quickly for League One because League One had a lot of goals in the first week of the season and I think we'll have a similar outcome there. Oh, by the way, there was a game that took place in League One which I might quickly show you. So it was Bristol Rovers against Oxford and Oxford, another away defeat. Another 1-0 away defeat as well. This time to Bristol Rovers with Joey Barton. John Marquis with the only goal. Collins with the assist. Let's look at the stats. Looking at it, very close game actually. 3 shots on target to 2, 7 shots to 6, 55 to 45% possession. So in general, really, really close game. But Bristol Rovers edge out with the only big chance. But look at that, one big chance missed for Oxford, which could have been a big difference. But Bristol Rovers created more clear-cut chances. And that's what happens. So that is the League One result. I'll show you the Premier League result now as well. So they're just about to preview everything. It's only 4 minutes left. Let's show you Aston Villa and Everton, which ended 2-1 to Aston Villa, their first 3 points of the season. So, looks like Gordon got a goal disallowed from VAR. And then within 6 minutes later, Danny Ings takes the lead with Ollie Watkins assisting. Then Buendia makes it 2. Ollie Watkins again getting involved, but Lucas Digne makes things nervous, conceding an own goal 2 minutes later. And looks like Aston Villa were holding on for a little bit, but it probably would have been a bit snatch and grab. Look at that, 15 shots to 12 and 4 shots on target each. So looks like a pretty open game actually, to be honest. So 4 shots off target to 2, 5 corners to 8 there. Wow. And yeah, that's pretty much all I need to say about that. Villa following this win, they go up to 9th place in the table, just behind Chelsea. Everton, however, will be 16th and within their opening 2 games, they still have got 0 points alongside Man United, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, West Ham and Southampton. They are all the other teams with 0 points as of now. Charlie says, come on Leaves. The main game at 3 p.m. is Man City playing Bournemouth. Would you count that as the main game, I guess? Because it's Man City? I don't know. I got 0 points so far in a Championship prediction this week. Yeah, well, it's one of those things, isn't it? You know, you don't expect to get points every single time you do your predictions. Right, I'm going to finally make one more tab for League 2 scores, just so I can keep up to date on them. And just like that, I'm all prepared. So guys, if you've not liked the stream, by the way, please do like the stream. It really does help the growth of this channel if you do that. Has Matt got 80 viewers? If he's done, he's smashing it so far. Got 7 likes so far. Could we get to 10 likes before 3 p.m? It may be a bit of a, maybe a little bit of a tough show, but you know, it's most definitely possible. So guys, if you've not liked the stream, please do so. It really, really does help. And if you've not hit the subscribe button either, that also really helps as well. We're 1,312 subs. So it would be absolutely amazing if we can hit 1,315 today. But if you guys continue to show your support, like and subscribing, that all really, really helps. Thank you guys, as always, for the fantastic support. How long do you think Lampard will last at Everton? I think till November at this rate. I think when the World Cup starts, we could see a lot of managers getting turned over. Nearly finished his tea. I think we can win more by 3 goals if we get the first goal. Yeah, but don't underestimate Southampton. That's all I'm going to say. James Ward-Prowse can always produce something out of nothing. There we go. Oh, and funny enough, now there's no drop frames. I don't want to jinx it, but looks like they've listened to me now, and they're making sure that I can stream this. So thank you guys, finally. Excuse me drinking so much. It's 35 degrees. If there was any day to wear my vest, it would have been this day, but I didn't really want to wear the same thing 2 days in a row. So I'm going a little bit different, but it's really hot. I tell you, it's unbearable. I am just getting the headphones ready because now it's nearly time for kickoff. It's 2:59. What sort of drama are we going to get today? We can only find out in the next couple of minutes. We rarely lose from winning positions, especially against Southampton. Yeah, but what if Southampton score first? They scored first against Spurs. You know, Southampton can start well. So never underestimate your opposition. Because of one great performance, it doesn't mean it's going to be constantly at that level. So, you know, you've got to kind of be a bit realistic there. Southampton even took a lead at Spurs, and that should ring alarm bells to either teams there, no mugs. Yeah, if they score first, we're screwed, says Charlie. Well, at least you admit that. Right. So, right now... Oh, okay, they're talking about the English women's team. I was going to say, because Jeff Stelling was starting to have his serious voice on, but now they were talking about the English women's team. Okay. So, it's 3 o'clock now. We should start getting some kickoffs right about now. So, this is exciting. So, what sort of games are we going to see today? So, we definitely had the most goals in League One last time we did this watch-along style. We've got the Premier League added to all the drama now. So, we've got a lot of games to look over there. There definitely shouldn't be a dull moment like there was a couple last time where we had some goal droughts. You know, we've got 4 leagues playing at once, technically 5 if you're going to count the National League as well. So this is the proper 3 p.m. watch-along feeling returning now. Would have been last week, but I was ill with the COVID. So Paul Merson's going to be going through Man City and Bournemouth. There could be some goals there. I predicted 3-0 Man City, but... yeah, we'll see what happens with this one there. If anyone is still here, who do you think will score the first goal? I'm going to randomly say... okay, there's been no goals so far. If I'm going to make a prediction, I've got to be quick. I'm going to randomly say... I'm going to say Accrington Stanley score first today. I don't know why. Oh, it looks like Tom's already got... I don't know if it's an actual goal or don't know if it's predictions. First goal, Plymouth, Joe Edwards with the goal. Right, oh, okay, so that's his prediction. Oh, fair enough. I think that's a better prediction than my one there. W. Deku, welcome to the stream. Charlie says the first goal will go to Wimbledon in League 2. Yeah, so we're going to predict which team is going to score first. I said Accrington Stanley. I don't know why. You know, you just can't predict it. They keep going back to Man City and Bournemouth, so potentially it's looking quite lively there already. I don't count Scotland football. Nah, neither do I. Not, especially if it's lower league Scottish football, to be honest. Eva says up the Potters. They are playing Huddersfield today. I am just listening ahead. It's been no goals so far as of now. I got a double bet on tomorrow, Forest and Spurs, and got 14-1. Oh, it's going to be dangerous to bet on Forest right now, but even dangerous to bet on Spurs to get something against Chelsea because, you know, they never really get anything against Chelsea. I know I'm predicting Spurs to get something against us, but it's never a guarantee. Well, I did say Accrington to score first, and they are playing against Burton, so maybe that's not a terrible prediction right now. We have Dawson commentating. Yeah, that's right. You've got Craig Dawson looking like they're going to commentate there. Right, they're talking about Coventry. So if they're jumping straight to there, I think there must be a goal. 5-3. Oh, okay, there's a goal. It's gone to the away side. And I tell you what, I literally just had Millwall and Coventry open on my screen. I probably should have figured this out. There we go. Look at that. Coventry 1, Millwall 0. Well, it's a bad start for Stenhouse-Muir. They're 1-0 down and they're down to 10 men. But it's Carl McFadden with the goal. Wow, bit of a wild card of a player, defender. Sounds like a set piece goal potentially. I think, what did I say? Did I say 2-1 Millwall? So, I mean, I definitely got Coventry scoring first. Well, Matt's going to have a pretty intense start there. He's streaming Millwall and Coventry right now. So, what a start this has turned out to be. He's going to rack his viewers up in the early part of this stream. He's probably going to have a really good day today. So for me having 200 viewers yesterday, you know, he's going to get them back again. It's just the way that it works. Tom says it is McFadden. Yeah. Tom said 1-1. Yeah, that seems quite realistic at the moment. But Coventry are clearly showing that they want to have a response from that poor Carabao Cup defeat against Bristol City. I know not a lot of them played, but it's still very demoralising when you're in that position there. Gosh, that's the third time they've gone to Paul Merson. I don't know if they just have a thing with Man City, thinking they'll score loads against Bournemouth, or I don't know. Coventry scored a goal before Haaland. Well, yeah, well done to Coventry. We'll see if Haaland scores today, and I hope he does, because I've actually captained him today in my fantasy team, so please score. Oh, dear me. You know what Scott Parker's like. He's going to be very defensive there. Just listening ahead at the moment. Doesn't look like that there's any other goals right now. Sue Smith's going to be commentating with Wolves versus Fulham. Now, that's going to be an interesting game for both teams, really. So, Wolves losing in the opening day against Leeds and Fulham drawing against Liverpool. So, we're going to see if Fulham are as good away from home as they looked at home against Liverpool. And we're going to see if Wolves can respond well to that defeat against Leeds as well, where I don't think they should have lost in the first place. So, that is going to be intriguing to see the outcome for. I'm already sweating like you wouldn't believe. Apparently Mansfield's had a penalty save. Right. I think the best way forward is just what I did last time was just flicking between, I was just flicking between leagues and all the games just to see if I see a goal pop up. Nothing from the Premier League so far. We've already talked about Coventry scoring the first goal, but there's been no other goals for what I can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god, we have got a second goal, I think. I think Coventry may have scored again. If it's 2-0 Coventry, then what a start this is going to be for Coventry. Wow. Is it 2-0? We're going to have to wait. Moment of truth. Matt's probably not going to see it because I think his stream runs on a slight delay. But I think I caught it very early, this second goal. Wow. I mean, what a start for Coventry if it is 2-0. Where's my phone? One Football should tell me. What is going on at the Den? After looking so comfortable, Mill at the Den against Stoke last time, Coventry are having a really fast start right now. I mean, it's not popped up on my phone so far. So I'm thinking maybe it's not a second goal. Um, well, actually, we have got another goal, which is definitely confirmed. Bristol City have taken the lead against Wigan. Ipswich have taken the lead against MK Dons. Why am I not surprised? I'm not watching the game. Wow. We're starting to get some goals here. I don't know if Coventry have scored a second, to be honest now. Andres Weimann, who would you guess? Of course he's going to score against Wigan there. So it's 1-0 to Bristol City. I think I said a 1-1 draw in that game. I don't think I gave Wigan a result. It was either 1-1 draw or Bristol City 2-1 win. But that's making things very interesting for the DW. I don't think there has been a goal. I think it's still 1-0. But I tell you which game does have a goal, which is a really big goal. As you can see here, Rotherham against Reading. Richard Wood scoring the first goal for Rotherham. That's a huge goal in Rotherham's season, and it's just popped up on the video print on Soccer Saturday as well. So this was a very quick moment there. Richard Wood has scored for Rotherham to make it 1-0 to the Millers. Now, Reading would not like this result whatsoever. They would really not like it as well. After beating Cardiff last weekend, this would really set them back down to earth, and they really need those wins because I think they will be down there within the championship. So, not an ideal result so far for Reading, sorry, but it is 1-0 to the Millers. No Premier League goals. What about Bristol Rovers are top of the league? Wow. What about League One? Have they even refreshed their kickoffs yet? Well, Wes Burns has scored for Ipswich. I've actually talked to a couple of the Ipswich fans, and a lot of them say that Wes Burns is their favourite player, and he's not let him down so far, scoring a goal in the 5th minute of the game against MK Dons, which they've had a really slow start, although they've had a really tough start in terms of the games they've had to play MK Dons, and this is not another one that's not easy, but Ipswich winning at the moment would put them up to 8th place with a draw and a win. That is very interesting there. Derby taking the lead against Barnsley. They're 1-0 up right now. I don't know who scored at the moment. They've not told me who scored. But Derby are taking the lead against Barnsley. No goals in the Premier League. Championship, any more goals so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all of them there. Right now, looks like Man City had a good chance there against Bournemouth there. Still no other goals to talk about in the Championship or League One now. What about League Two? Have we caught up there? We have got a goal. Bradford taking the lead against Newport. I think Mark Hughes is onto something there. I mean, to be fair, Bradford not had a great start. You know, they've lost one and they've drawn one. But that'll put them with their first win of the season. Richard Smallwood, who I think is he a loan or no? I think it's a permanent signing actually from Hull City. Well, I said Accrington Stanley would score first, but no, Davis Keeler-Dunn for Burton has scored from the spot. So Accrington Stanley are actually 1-0 down to bottom of the league Burton. So that's what happens when I predict your team to score first. You know, you get in the what's the right word? You basically get the disadvantage. And Derby 1, Barnsley 0 is confirmed, and it's a Conor McCarthy own goal apparently. Wow, we're having a frantic start. We're going back and forth trying to catch all these goals. So 3 goals so far in the Championship. We thought Coventry may have had 2, but it turns out it was Sofa Score just trolling me there. John says 1-0 Burton. Yep, the drought ends. Yeah, it is their first goal of the season, so well done for them. I'm surprised how Rotherham have started this season so far. Well, they started quite well, haven't they? That's the second game in a row where they scored first. It's just whether they can keep the lead and actually defend very, very well. Wrexham are winning. Yes, they are beating Yeovil, I believe. Paul Mullin, I mean, who else, has scored for Wrexham there. They'd be wanting to respond very, very well. They definitely felt that they should have gone up in that season as well. The linesman say my prediction. Potentially. Was in offside goal maybe. Coventry's one. Coventry 2 well, I don't know why it said Coventry 2 I think it must have been a disallowed goal. Man City's just a goal machine. Potentially, yeah. Right, we've got a small window. We've got a small break right now. I am still constantly flicking through the leagues, just checking that I'm not missing any goals. I don't think I've checked all of League Twos. Well, I've not checked all of League Twos because Walsall have scored against Stevenage. 1-0 to Walsall. Both with 100% winning starts as well. So one of them's going to lose their 100% start to the season. It looks like it's going to be Stevenage as it stands. But I must have called this one early because it's not told me who has scored this goal so far. Still no goals within the Premier League. How many goals in League Two? We've had 2 goals in League Two. Bradford and Walsall scoring the opening goals. For League One, we've had 1, 2, 3 goals. So Burton, Keeler done with a goal. Wes Burns for Ipswich in the 5th minute. And McCarthy own goal for Derby, getting their goal. For the Premier League, we've got 0 goals, although we've only got 5 games. And for the Championship, we have got 1, 2, 3 goals so far. Coventry scoring the first, Rotherham, and then Bristol City as well. So Danny Johnson was the one who scored for Walsall. He's been a goal machine. I swear Danny Johnson scored a hat-trick in the last time I did a Walsall stream, actually, for them there. Thomas saying 1-0 City. I'm not hearing Paul Merson's stream, unless I'm completely deaf. I swear if Man City would have scored, they would have be a bit more urgent than that, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it was a scream and I didn't hear. Right at the moment, yeah, definitely not in Man City right now. Nothing is happening at St Mary's. Seems a boring game. Well, that's just great, isn't it? I feel like Southampton definitely want to get their season up and running, and they definitely are not going to allow Leeds to open them up, because I do think they won't underestimate the way they play their football there. No goals still in the Prem. Yep, that's right, Tom. We're going to have to be patient though. Got a small break, which I'm grateful though, because it's always quite exhausting chopping and changing between goals there. Arsenal are all over Leicester, apparently, says Tom. Well, it's looking like it's going to be a second win in a row unless Arsenal cannot find a way to score a goal there. I'm going to be intrigued to see how Newcastle play. I thought they played really, really well against Nottingham Forest. But it's still 0-0 between them and Brighton. I think this is going to be a very tight game, actually. Finney says, my phone just died. Don't worry, man. Make sure you charge it, though. Something's going on in that Newcastle game. Leicester will get relegated. Wow, what a prediction by David Martian. I don't think they will, but I do think Leicester will drop off a tiny bit, I think. I do think players are now starting to leave, and I don't know what's going on with them. It's like the ownership have now lost its fight to try and be ambitious for Leicester. It's almost like they've thrown in the towel to try and make Project Leicester. Right. So something's happening with VAR against Southampton and Leeds. Charlie, you may have to... you probably will have to tell me about that. York is winning, says Charlie. Yeah, Nenil John Lewis. What a name. Scoring the goal for York there. I think they're contesting maybe a penalty for Southampton. Tony Harrington is the ref. Oh, dear me. Tom says the Moors are going up. Did Solihull Moors just score then? I didn't see them score. Still 0-0. Right, no VAR, no penalty given. Leeds have got away with one. It sounds like it, at least. Still no other goals at the moment. Oh yeah, well, the Solihull have just scored. Andrew Dallas, I stand corrected. Tom, you were very, very quick to notify it. So they had just scored Solihull Moors. They're beating Southend, which is a great start to see. 1-0 to Solihull Moors, but we have got a second goal. Oh, Catsby, what are you doing? We have got a second goal at the New York Stadium, I just noticed. Rotherham are apparently 2-0 up against Reading. That is not a really good situation for Reading to be in at all. But Rotherham, starting the season pretty darn well so far. Looks like Ben Wiles was the one who assisted Richard Wood for the first one. It is definitely 2 for Rotherham there. I'm just waiting to hear who the goal scorer is. So it looks like Washington's... I think it's Washington who scored. It is Connor Washington who's just scored. And I tell you what, great movement from him there. Oh. I tell you what, Rotherham nearly scored again. They're having a really good start, Rotherham. I know they've not, they've had a bit of a break because they obviously didn't play against Coventry, but they still played in the Carabao Cup. But clearly right now, I think they're having, their players, being very, very fresh right now. Burton on... I think he's talking about Haaland right now, and Paul Merson there. He's been very critical of him so far. Burton are now 2-0 up against Accrington Stanley, and Keeler Dunn again, transfer from, I believe, Oldham. Rotherham going up. Ben Wiles 1 assist, and it's Connor Washington who scored a second. I don't know who assisted Washington though. I didn't see it. It's Barlaser who assisted Washington. That is 2-0 to Millers. Wow, what a scoreline this is. What I will say, Reading have had a very easy opening couple of games. Oh, right, we got a goal. Man City are 1-0 up, I think. Gundogan has scored for Man City. Bit gutted it wasn't Haaland, but there we go. So... as you can see right there, this is Southampton and Leeds. Oh no, they weren't checking for a penalty. They were checking for a red card. So Man City and Bournemouth, they're 1-0 up. Wow, look at that. Very one-sided there. Ilkay Gundogan. Don't know who assisted, but Man City have scored. That's all you need to know. Elliot Nevitt scores for Tranmere in League 2. Gillingham having a pretty slow start back down to League 2 at the moment. 1 win and 1 loss. Tranmere have not picked up a single point so far, but looks like that they could get their first couple of points if they could go... Wow. Okay. Well, if it's 3-0 Rotherham, could Paul Wings get a taxi now, maybe? It's so crazy how quickly you turn on someone. We were praising Paul Ince for getting ready to beat Cardiff, and now, I mean, if it's 3-0, this is embarrassing. Apparently Luton or Preston scored. Well, my prediction's wrong already with Rotherham and Reading, but it is definitely wrong with also, right, it's Jamie Lindsay who scored for Rotherham to make it 3-0. What a scoreline this is. We've got to go to Kenilworth Road, where Luton have been struggling right now. Preston have scored first. Their first goal in the league. Brad Potts scores Preston's first goal in the league and makes it 1-0 to the Lily Whites. What a moment for Preston fans. They finally have got a league goal. Salford have taken the lead against Crewe Alexandra. Who was Alexandra? Well, definitely non-existent there. Crewe, I think, have had a 100% start as well. Salford, I don't think have had a 100% start, though. And, yeah, I don't know who assisted that good one goal. I'm going to find out in a minute, because it could be Haaland who would give me points right now. But I don't know who... Okay, it was Connor McAnally who scored for Salford to make it 1-0 to them. Wow. I tell you what, they're going through Rotherham and Reading. I just got to quickly open a door for Gatsby because he wants to leave. Why do you want to leave? How could you? You've let everyone down. I know you want to go out, but you let everyone down. You've let everyone down. There you go. Doesn't look good for Reading. 3-0 down, 18 minutes in. Could be more than 3. They're talking about Huddersfield. Don't know if there's been a goal at John Smith Stadium, potentially. Right, well, Stoke have got a penalty. That's why they've gone to the John Smith Stadium. Stoke have a penalty against Huddersfield. I'm going to have to see the replay and see if I think it's a pen. But it's a save! What a save! Lee Nichols. Wow, maybe justice for Huddersfield. It didn't sound like it was a penalty. But Lee Nichols dives the right way and saves Huddersfield's bacon so far. Oh, chance. Oh my gosh. Huddersfield just survived. What a moment for Lee Nichols and that back line. They've managed to defend it. Still 0-0. Wow, unbelievable. Clinton Morrison's going about Gabriel Jesus. I don't know what's happened. Has he scored? Of course, when I take my my captain away from Jesus, is he going to score now? Of course, Jesus scores as soon as I take my captain away from him. Brilliant, thank you, Gabriel Jesus. Bloody hell, hate fantasy. I hate fantasy Premier League. I hate it. I absolutely despise it. Right, let's move on from that. Arsenal have indeed scored. So the only goal scorers in the Premier League so far is from Man City and Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus does score for Arsenal in the 23rd minute. And for Manchester City, Haaland did get the assist, which is nice. So he'll get me points despite taking my captaincy away from Jesus. In fact, my two strikers are going to get some points, which are really, really nice. Tom is saying 6-0 Arsenal. David says Stoke always choke. They do choke. I mean, think of the... well, actually, no, they contributed to a choking, I think. They contributed to it. What are my game messages now? It's now not the right time to get it. Swindon are beating Carlisle. Jacob Wakeling scores for Swindon. Excuse me, why have I got hiccups? Right. Okay. I'm just hearing the commentary there. Looks like Paul Merson is very complimentary of Bournemouth at this moment of time. I'm just multitasking very, very quickly. 50-0 Rotherham, says Charlie. Well, we'll see what happens. Oh, for goodness sake. Why do you have to message me now? Right, okay, got that sorted hopefully. Still had a small break, so in terms of the Premier League, let's actually do a goal count right now and see who has got some goals. So, for the Premier League, we only have 2 goals, and Man City with the first, Gundogan with a Haaland assist, Arsenal with the second one, Xhaka assisting Gabriel Jesus. For the Championship, we have got Coventry, scoring the first goal. It was none other than Carl McFadden, Matt Godden getting the assist. In terms of the next couple of goals, Rotherham scored a couple. So 3-0 in the first 18 minutes. Richard Wood, Connor Washington and Jamie Lindsay. Barley's having a great game, having 2 assists for Rotherham already. Bristol City scored an early goal against Wigan under environment with Tom Conway getting the assist there. So we have had 6 goals, but 3 of those 6 goals have come to Rotherham. Also, Preston have taken the lead against Luton. Brad Potts and Robbie Brady, one of their new transfers, getting an assist. For League 1, we've had a couple more goals. Burton, 2-0 up. So they've scored their first 2 goals, and Burton looking like they could get their first 2 points. Davis Keeler-Dunn, their brand new transfer from Oldham, I believe, has scored the first 2 goals there. A penalty and a goal of his own 7 minutes after that. Then we also had Ipswich take the lead against MK Dons, Wes Burns, which are most Ipswich fans' favourite player right now. And of course, they're going to win because I'm not there watching them. They wouldn't forgive me for the fact they lost to Colchester and I watched him lose that. Derby have taken the lead against Barnsley due to a known goal by Conor McCarthy. So that's really the only goals so far, which surprises me. So only a total of 4 goals in League 1. League 2, we've had a couple though. So in League 2, we've had one from Walsall, taking the lead against Stevenage, Danny Johnson. Swindon taking the lead. I've already mentioned it was Jacob Wakeling that scored that. Tranmere taking the lead against Gillingham, Elliot Nevitt with the goal there. Bradford beating Newport, Smallwood, who was a Hull City player last year. Salford beating Crewe Alexandria, who've had a 100% start so far in League 2. Conor McCowney with that goal there, and that is it. Stockport playing Colchester as well. Looking at this, it looks like Stockport have been a better team. Am I surprised though? Of course they are. Right, so in terms of goals in League 2, we've only had 5. So the most goals we've had has been from the Championship. Probably a big contribution to that is Reading leaking loads and Rotherham scoring 3. What do you think about Moat to Middlesbrough? Great signing, I think. Other teams want Bar Laser for 1 million wake up, says John there. Will you get... what do you mean the aim out? Because 3 goals in the Prem is uncountable. Because these goals in the Prem is uncountable. Well, it's just, if you're talking about fantasy, I'm already needing to make changes already. I don't know what Ben's retweeted. He's clearly retweeted probably the goal for Preston. Well, I can't wait to see Preston's first goal in the league, because for what I'm seeing on Twitter, I think it was quite a banger. I'm still waiting for more goals there. Southampton and Leeds is still 0-0 at the moment. God, I feel bad for Reading. I really do feel bad. Apparently it was Lewis Baker who missed the penalty. Oh, so there's an injury in St. Mary's. Bamford is off. Wow. Are you surprised? He's a walking injury table, Charlie. So, unfortunately, you're going to get that with him. Oh, bloody hell. Hashtag Drink Prime is trending because Arsenal are winning. Great. Scunthorpe losing, says Tom. I've not seen Scunthorpe so far in the video printer for Soccer Saturday. And apparently 2-1 to Tom. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what he's on about. Are you talking about 2-1 to Scunthorpe or something? I mean, I'm trying to find National League. Because I've not got the ounce over score at the moment. But I can quickly see if I can find it. I've got a 1 football at least. This board doesn't even sign a striker. Well, they don't learn, don't they? Clearly. Halifax and Torquay 0-0. Gateshead Barnet 0-0. Solihull 1. Southend 0. I already knew about that. York 1-0 up against Maidstone. They're not 2-0 up. Scunthorpe are not losing. They've not conceded at all against Maidenhead so far. Notts County beating Boreham Wood. Nothing's happened there. Oh, we've got a goal at the Den. What a moment for Coventry City. It's a second goal for Coventry. My predictions in the 3 p.m. kickoffs are really not going well at all. But, wow, you've got to predict the unpredictable, clearly. I mean, it looks like as well that Coventry have looked pretty good with their attack momentum as well. It is Matt Godden that scores the second goal. I wonder how Matt's going to be celebrating that at the moment there. He's going to be absolutely loving this. 2-0 up already against Millwall as well. 29 minutes in. Dangerous scoreline 2-0. Millwall tried to concede they've tried to win a penalty, but they're not getting it at the moment. We already know Brantford had to grow another slice of cheese. Oh, now the Maidenhead goal is being put through. Emil Akahua has scored for Maidenhead. Scunthorpe are indeed losing. Cheltenham and Portsmouth. It is 1-0 to Portsmouth. Colby Bishop. We have got a goal in the Premier League apparently. Manchester City, I think, have just scored again. It's Kevin De Bruyne who scores. Haaland's just deciding not to score today. What a moment. Right, so Kevin De Bruyne has made it 2-0 to Man City right now. Ipswich have also just scored. Marcus Harness has just scored for Ipswich Town. Ipswich scoring 2 goals. I never thought I'd see the day. Well, I'm not seeing it live at least, of course. It's Kevin De Bruyne. I don't know who's assisted for it. I think he made on one of his mad runs again. Let's go back to League One because we're starting to get some goals. Marcus Harness scoring for Ipswich. Made a very tiny appearance for Ipswich in the Carabao Cup. And yeah, right now it's looking really good for Ipswich. I think they'll be top 6 as it stands with this result. Plymouth beating Peterborough. That's a recent goal, I think. So Plymouth taking an early lead. And a 100% start from Peterborough as well. So they could be in danger there. Plymouth starting quite well, actually. And we've got a championship goal. Ross Stewart has scored for Sunderland. I did predict that Sunderland would beat QPR. QPR have got some key players injured, and I do think the Stadium Light is going to be a really intimidating ground. Ross Stewart has already scored 2 championship goals this season so far. It was Finn Azaz who scored for Plymouth, by the way. Morecambe have scored against Fleetwood. The goals are flying in now. Bloody hell. Right, we're struggling to keep up with all of these now. Let's find Morecambe. Where are they? There they are. So there they are. 1-0 down. Fleetwood Town. Janat Hua has scored to Morecambe to make it 1-0 to them. Wow. Unbelievable. So, yeah, so we've got the recent goal for Sunderland there. Still one of there. Still 3-0 to Rotherham there. 1-0 to Preston and then 2-0 Coventry. What an unbelievable couple of scorelines there. With Man City 2-0 and Arsenal 1-0. The rest have not scored a single goal though. League One, we've got Derby scoring 1. Then Plymouth, we've got 2 for Ipswich, 1 for Portsmouth, which I did talk about very briefly. But it was Colby Bishop and Marcus Morrison that got the assist. Burton 2-0 up. Keeler Dunn scoring 2 goals. Probably one up there for the player of the match at the moment. Or the player of the 3 p.m. kickoffs. Genoa has scored for Morecambe, as I said. For League 2, very quickly. I think they're going to talk about more goals in a minute. Tranmere ahead against Gillingham at the moment. Nevitt with that goal. Bradford taking the lead. Smallwood with the goal. Salford has scored. It is Conor McCowney with a goal there. We have got a goal between Northampton and Hartlepool. It is Northampton who have taken the lead. Tyler McGloyer with that goal there. We have got a sending off also in Salford and Crewe. Crewe have gone down to 10 men with Basala Sambu, Violet Condat. Oh, dang, not great. So Crewe are really up against it now. Walsall took the lead as well with Danny Johnson, and Swindon have taken the lead of Jake Wakeling. Rangers have taken the lead against St Johnstone. It is Malik Tillman. So they managed to salvage their Champions League football, but they have got to play against PSV to try and get into the group stages. Charlie Brown says Norwich can't score. Yeah, at the moment they're really struggling now. Tom saying Cheltenham going down. Well, I think I predicted Cheltenham going down, and not many people thought they would. But I just know when they lose their manager, they're going to go down, unfortunately. Right, Jack, welcome to the stream. How did you feel about Birmingham narrowly losing out to Cardiff there? It looked like at the stats that it could have been more of a 1 goal for Cardiff, looking like that they're going to pick up a lot of points, Cardiff at home. And Birmingham's first defeat of the season, and looking like that they've not created much with 0 shots on target. So what did you think of that game? I'll be very interested to know from a Birmingham fan there. I've nearly finished my water already. Well, we've got a second goal at the Emirates. That's why Jink Prime was trending right now. Arsenal have taken a really quick fire. Well, not quick fire, but they've taken a commanding lead now. It's 2-0 Arsenal, and it's Jesus. Oh, it's Jesus again. I hate Fantasy League. I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. I removed his captaincy because I didn't like his performance against Crystal Palace. And then, of course, he responds by scoring 2 goals for Arsenal there. And I've got to say, I've been a bit nervous now. I've not predicted Arsenal in top 4 now. So he's looking like that he is going to potentially carry this team to top 4 as long as he stays fit there. Charlie's not happy with the current situation there. Well, I thought you were a fan of Jesse Marsh at the moment. I know Southampton are playing quite well at the moment, apparently. But, you know, Leeds aren't an amazing team. Controversial alert, they're not an amazing team. They've got to try and play with the resources that they've got. Gelhardt is not someone that plays for 90 minutes. You know, he's not built for that sort of game at the moment. He will in time, but I would expect him to potentially be a 50 or 60 minute sub maybe. Charlie says you need a strike. Well, yeah, of course, but that's down to the board rather than the manager. Dan James is a striker. Well, yeah, well, if you're relying on Dan James, then that's a load of problems there. Jack says you need a new left back. Right, so Barnsley have just conceded again. It is 2-0 to Derby County. They've taken a pretty commanding lead now. So the second goal, I don't know who scored it. It's Mendes Lang who has scored to make it 2-0 to Derby. We've got a third goal at the Den. It is 2-1 now. Jake Cooper getting one back. It looks like this game could be packed of goals, which I'm liking. Etihad has already got another goal. I'll be guessing it'll be Man City maybe. It's 3-0. So Foden scored. So Haaland's deciding just not to score today. Brilliant. Of course he's not deciding to score today. So it's 3-0 Man City, and it's only 37 minutes, and that was my prediction. So maybe I gave Bournemouth too much respect, sadly. But at the moment there, that's the only 5 goals. 3 for City and 2 for Arsenal. The rest, not having some goals. But there we go. They're talking about Jake Cooper's goal. Scott Malone getting the assist, so from one end to the pitch to another. So great defensive partnership there for Cooper to receive the cross from Malone. By the looks of things, I'll be surprised if it wasn't a header or something. So that makes it... Mill nearly got an equaliser. I tell you what, Coventry will need to hold on to half-time right now, because it looks like Mill are now starting to grow into this game. We have got a red card in one of the big League One games. Between Port Vale and Bolton have gone down to 10 men. It's not showed up on SofaScore so far, but Ricardo Santos has been sent off for Bolton. That is pretty much us up to date right now. Full time we'll lose 1-0, says Charlie. He's not looking very confident there. Container come back to us. Are you talking about Lyle Taylor for a striker? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we can get anything sorted there. If he stays fit, give us him for free. You could probably get Taylor on a free transfer, says David there. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, it's clear that a lot of teams need a striker, but it's not easy to get a striker these days. Scunthorpe are 2-0 down against Maidenhead now. It's not looking like a great return for their part there. Right, I'm just checking some more messages. There we go. That's done. What do you think about Woods probably making a move to Hull? Which Woods are you on about? Are you talking about Richard Wood, who scored for Rotherham today? Or Nathan Woods, potentially? Which Woods are you... Or are you talking about... I know who you mean. I don't know why I can't think of his first name right now, but I'm Ginger One. I think an alright move, maybe. We have got a second goal, Stadium of Light. Right, is it an equaliser or is it 2 for Sunderland? I'm about to see. Well, it's a second for Sunderland. It's 2-0, but we have got a goal also at the John Smith Stadium, which I'll talk about in a minute. But it is 2-0 to Sunderland. Looking like it's going to be a really good game for them right now. Don't know who scored. Ellis Sims scores for Sunderland. That's his second goal also. Maybe his second or third. One of them. But I tell you what, Rostro and Ellis Sims, what a start both of them have had. Stoke have missed a penalty and they fully paid the price for it because Huddersfield are now beating Stoke by 1-0. I don't know who scored it so far. They won't tell me. But if it is 1-0 Huddersfield, that will be a huge moment. It will be the first time this season that Huddersfield have taken the lead in a game. And I tell you what, right now, if it is the case, Bristol City and Huddersfield, who both were the only teams with 0 points, will now pick up their first wins. So I'm telling you what, the standard is just getting higher. It is definitely a goal for Huddersfield, scoring in the 40th minute. It's Nakayama who scores, making his first start, I think, actually. So what a time for him to get his goal there. And I think Sorbert Thomas playing a big part in that goal as well. Doing what Sorbert Thomas does, commanding the play, getting balls into the box, and Nakayama doing very, very well. What a moment to score for Nakayama. 1-0 Huddersfield. Exeter have taken the lead against Cambridge. They're loving life back in League One so far, Exeter. Giovanni Brown with the goal for Exeter, a former Colchester player as well. Bournemouth would have equalised against Notts County. They keep going back to the same 2 Premier League games. Man City, Bournemouth, and Arsenal, Leicester. Those are the only 2 games that are looking like that we're getting some goals in the moment. First time I predicted Huddersfield to win, they take the lead. I mean, right now, I'm saying... Okay, there's something with VAR with Arsenal. I don't know what's going on there. Penalty to Leicester? Oh, okay, that's what they're checking. So, what did I predict with Huddersfield Stoke? I have no idea. I literally cannot remember what I predicted for Huddersfield Stoke. Maybe, was it 2-0 for Stoke? Oh, I hope I predicted Huddersfield to score. I don't know if I did, though, to be honest. The best way to find out is I'll just quickly check Ben's video because I've now posted my predictions on his video. I think by the looks of things, I don't think they're going to give... Oh, no, I predicted 2-1. So as long as Stoke complete a comeback, they will get... I'll get 3 points. But by the looks of things, it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Barnet have taken the lead against Gateshead. Aberdeen have just equalised against Motherwell, where they took the lead there. No penalty for Leicester there, so Arsenal are going to be loving that. No penalty for Leicester, so no way back in it for them at the moment. We've got a goal at Stadium NKN, and this is ridiculous. Norwich, once again, are falling behind. My God, my throat. Estupinian, with his first goal for Hull in a league game, has scored for Hull to make it 1-0 Hull just before half-time. What a moment this is. Norwich literally could be in a relegation zone after 3 games in, as it stands. It'll be 2 defeats and 1 point at the moment. This is not looking good for Norwich right now. They really got to overturn something, and I know I've got this wrong because I don't think I predicted Hull to score in this game. I think I said 1-0 Norwich. Should have said 1-0 Hull. For God's sake. Right. It happens. We're going to get some predictions wrong today. It's clear to see. So, the only game actually in the Championship that's still 0-0 is Blackpool-Swansea. That surprises me a little bit. Looking like Swansea getting a lot of the ball. And statistics-wise, I mean, yeah, Blackpool only having 1 shot on goal. But only 2 on target for Swansea, though. So, yeah, this game looking like that it is going to go potentially to a 0-0 draw, maybe. Going down with the Leicester, says David. I don't think Leicester will go down. I just don't think they will. I think they may have a similar season to what Everton had last year, maybe, but I don't think it will result in them getting relegated. We will go down if we play like this every game. But, I mean, just... Do you remember what Leeds were last season? You know, they scraped survival. It's not like that they played great football when they were in this position. You know, unfortunately, Leeds, you know, standard of football is just, you know, unfortunately not right up there in terms of the teams below them there. You know, they really got to try and think of something outside the box, I'd say. They've got to get a moment out of nothing almost, I'd say. But I do understand your frustrations, though. I have no doubt about that. Right, well, it's 3:45 now. I think we are going to start getting some half-time scores coming in. I am really tired, I've got to be honest. I mean, I have played football just before this, so that's probably why I'm tired. Don't think I've missed any goals. I'm just checking. Yeah, definitely have not missed any goals in the Championship. Definitely not in the Prem. For League One, definitely talked about the key moments there. There is a goal in League 2 between Carlisle and Swindon. It's 1-1 in that game. Christian Dennis, not scoring for the spot, but scoring for Carlisle. There they go, 1-1 there. And there it is, Christian Dennis who scores there. In terms of more goals, we've not seen any more by the looks of things. We've definitely talked about all of these goals. So we have caught up just before half-time, but I think we will get some goals just before we hit the half-time whistle. It's just a question of where's it going to go. The first half-time has hit, and it was Livingston and Hibernian. Livingston's obviously where Shamal George of Colchester has gone to now. They've taken the lead against Hibernian. They're talking about Southampton Leeds. Still 0-0 in that game at the moment. But is it going to stay that way? That's going to be the $1 million question, though. Let's go back. Oh, yeah, I'm at my Watchalong there. Carlisle just scored. Yeah, we've just done that there. Why can't we score these chances like a clinical and cutting edge? It's easy as that. A lot of teams have it. You know, it's not just Leeds that have it. Wolves and Fulham are 0-0 half time. I tell you what, Fulham would take a point there. That'd be a great result for them. Brighton, Newcastle still 0-0. We've barely seen Chris Boyd and Sue Smith, who are both commentating Wolves, Fulham and Brighton, Newcastle respectively there. Right, half time's coming in. Tranmere, Gillingham still 1-0. That's gone into half time. By the looks of things, we're not getting any goals at the moment, but it's not impossible to get a late goal just before half time. By the way, guys, if you've not liked the stream, please do like the stream. It really does help the growth of this channel. How am I on 112 likes or so? This is... I'm getting many likes, but 49 viewers watching. What? What's just happened here? I don't know how I just averaged this amount of viewers there. I've not paid attention, clearly. If that's the case, welcome everyone. Wow, what a moment. Oh, dearie me. What a moment in the New York Stadium. Cover your eyes if you're Reading fans, because you are not seeing this wrong. You are 4-0 down just before half time. I didn't manage to hear who has scored for Rotherham, but we will find out very soon. To be 4-0 down at half time, it's Ogbene who scored the only goal for Rotherham against Swansea in their 1-1 draw. He has even gone into the scoring today. It's 4-0 and 4-0 up at half time. Reading, I mean, Paulins will probably be calling his taxi already by the looks of things at the moment. And what a shame this is as well. Reading were completely on top of the world with that win last week against Cardiff. But now with this 4-0 defeat currently at its worst, it's looking like it's going to be a very tough season once again for Reading. And I don't even think they've got too many players out unavailable in the team. Sunderland QPR 2-0 going into half time. We have some half times here. 2-0 Arsenal, 3-0 Man City, also Southampton Leeds. In fact, all the Premier League games have gone to half time now. That's helpful. Stockport and Colchester 0-0. That's gone into half time as well. Stockport apparently have been all over Colchester apparently, which doesn't surprise me. I think they've almost exuded all their energy trying to beat Ipswich. They really tried very hard in that game. Sutton and Barrow, the half time there, and that's pretty much all to say at the moment because we've not seen any other goals. Well, how about this for a scoreline? 1-0 Huddersfield against Stoke, where Stoke have missed the pen as well. So this is literally the punishment of you not taking your chances when you're given them there. Oh, to be a Miller, says John S. there. It's be interesting how Fulham performs. They had a whopper opening match with big hype. I'm not sure it's going to last, especially on the road. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think Fulham. Yeah, that's why I was really intrigued to see Fulham play Wolves, because I think one of the worst away days to have is trying to get something at Molineux. It's very difficult. Charlie, welcome to the stream. Welcome everyone to the stream. If any of you have turned up today, please continue to show your support and smash the like button. We've just made it half time. I remember saying that I wanted to get to 10 likes before kickoff, and then all of a sudden we're on 116. So guys, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Let's see how we're doing so far with growth with subs. We're on 1,312. Guys, our target for today is to get 1,315. That's only 3 of you to hit the subscribe button. If you've not done so, that would be amazing support for the channel. I really, really do appreciate everyone that comes in, leaves a like, comments, all of that. It really does tremendously help the growth of the channel. You Moore, says Jack. Yeah, Solihull Moore's currently winning in their game there. W.A. Deku is glad he predicted Rotherham to win. Yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed that I got Reading to win because they've not really performed at it now. Right, Torquay have managed to score 1 goal in the National League just before half time against Halifax. That's a still... do remember, Reading have 6 injured. Yeah, I know, but I thought, still with the players that they got, right, their squad's still good enough to get something. Hartlepool have just equalised against Northampton just before half-time. Josh Umara has just scored. I think it's Hartlepool's first... Is it their first league goal of the season as well? So, great moment for Hartlepool to get that moment there. I'm going to see if Reading do have some key players injured, because I can check with SofaScore very quickly. Millwall and Coventry still 2-1 going into half-time. That's been a really great game, actually. I've really enjoyed seeing that, to be honest. Right, there they are. So, at the moment... Right, well, Jeff's, of course, going to be talking about Hartlepool now. Can I see who's injured? I don't know if I can. Right, well, it's just turned half-time with Northampton and Hartlepool. I don't see anyone, to be honest. I mean, I'm sure there are some people injured. Oh my god, right, I need to show you this. Look who's last place in the league. Bloody Norwich. Norwich and Middlesbrough. Many people's predictions for top two are in the bottom two at this stage of the season. Luton down in 21st with Wigan up there, West Brom there. Reading falling down 7 places at the moment there. Rotherham just outside of the top 6. Preston would be in the top 6 as it stands right now. Hull are 3rd, and Sunderland will be top of the league. Wow. This is insane. This is literally incredible what I'm seeing here. I am going to quickly do a little bit of digging about Reading squad. Can I check fantasy? Yes, I'll look at it. The championship is upside down, says David there. It does feel like that, doesn't it, when I'm looking at it. Is Zimbabwe's game tomorrow, though? Yeah, that's right. They're playing Sheffield United, though. So it's not a simple result for them there. John had Norwich first and Borough third. I had Middlesbrough fourth, actually, which was actually, I think, a bit lower compared to what a lot of people were predicting. But I don't know. I just kept in mind that they didn't look like that they were going to have a striker at the start of the season. So I felt that they just weren't going to... start all that quickly at the moment. I mean, they could prove me wrong and do really, really well, against Sheffield United tomorrow. But I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. Strange, but best league. No, exactly. And that's the difference, isn't it? I'm just going to quickly Google... in fact, I think WhoScored.com has got a really good description of injuries, actually. If I could just quickly go to the championship and look at... God, I tell you what, it doesn't feel right seeing Rotherham score 4 goals. It's pretty bizarre. Right, okay, no, yeah, you are right, John. Let's just watch it. Let's just show you guys now. So, this is what John's on about. So, Zhao is injured. I mean, why am I not surprised? Dan, Tetek, Ajaria, and Mate. Oh, bloody hell. That is bad. So, they've really got Shane Long as their striker with Tom Ince. Wow. Well, it worked last time, but to have Ajaria, Mate, and Zhao out, that's the concern with Reading, isn't it? They've got these attacking players, but they're just never consistently fit enough. That's their issue, isn't it? Right. I didn't mean to click that, actually. Let's just go to this. We're just going to preview all the games in the Championship first, especially. And we'll talk through everything as well. We can briefly talk about the Premier League so far, although only 2 games have got some goals in them at the moment. So let's go back to SofaScore. Let's talk about Millwall Coventry first, because this was really intriguing, because Coventry took a lead, 2-0 lead. Jake Cooper pinning it back and looking like Millwall were much better near the end of the first half. And as you can see with his attack momentum, that was exactly the case. Coventry looking better there, but Millwall taking over when Coventry looked a bit too comfortable. And I did say 2-0 is a very dangerous scoreline to get quickly, because if you take your foot off the gas, the momentum just can easily shift. The goal scorers, McFadden scored in the 2nd minute with Godwin with the assist. Godwin then scores one of his own, with Bidwell getting an assist there. And for Millwall's sake, Scott Malone gets the assist for Jake Cooper. Get Hamer with a yellow card, one, I'm not surprised. So, that was 2-1 Coventry. Luton Preston, not the most inspiring game. And looking at that, it looks like Luton have had pretty much the attack momentum on their side. But It's Preston with that tiny spell there when they score their goal. Brad Potts and Robbie Brady assisting in that matter there. I'm intrigued to see stats if that's the case. 8 shots to 2. Wow. And Preston with only 2 shots, both of them on target and one of them being their goal. Looks like Luton are being guilty of lacking a cutting edge. Norwich, I could say the same thing for as well. One big chance for Preston, which they did take. It looks like Luton have hit the woodwork though. So, wow. And Woodman looking at having a great performance so far. Currently 2 saves in this part. Preston holding firm. Now let's talk about the big one. Rotherham 4, Reading 0. What a scoreline this is. So, 3-0 in the first 18 minutes. Richard Wood with Connor Rushington and Jamie Lindsay scoring the 3 goals there. Barlaser with a hat-trick of assists. And Ben was getting the other assist as well. Ogbene scoring as well, like he did on the opening day of the season against Swansea. Wigan and Bristol City, 1-0 to Bristol City. They started off well, as you can see there. But it does look like that Wigan did try to take control, but at the moment it's not like they've taken it well. And look at that, only 1 shot on target from each of them, and Bristol City score with their only shot on target as well. 58% possession to 42% there. Big chances, 1 big chance miss each. Bristol City hitting the woodwork, maybe that was part of their big chance there. So whilst it's not looked like a very attacking game, we definitely could have had more than 1 goal there. So the only game in the Championship is still 0-0 is Blackpool and Swansea. Looking at that, Swansea having more of the ball, which doesn't surprise me. Let's look at the stats. 8 shots to 3, 2 shots on target to 1. Oh dear. Okay, so that's 3 out of 11 shots, being on target, with both teams combined. Blackpool not looking like they're asking much, and they're at home as well, which I'm a bit worried about. 5 corners to Swansea, and 6 fouls and 0 for Blackpool have not even made a foul. That's almost impressive. Blackpool have had a big chance and they missed it. Oh, could that come to bite them? Swansea have hit the woodwork apparently as well. So, looking at both teams have gone pretty close to getting the opening goal, but no goal yet. Huddersfield Stoke. Now, this was interesting because Lewis Baker missed a penalty with Nee Nichols making the save, and they nearly, got a goal straight after with the ball pinballing around the box. But it's Huddersfield who scored their second goal in the league season. Nakayama scoring his first goal on his debut as well. I don't know if it was his debut, but it was definitely his first start. And Sorba Thomas with the assist, where he's had a lot of abuse over the last couple of days, but he's now really responding in a positive way, clearly. If you look at stats, 9 shots to 5, 1 shot on target each. Looking like both are not looking very clinical right now. To have 9 shots and only 1 on target for Stoke, which was their penalty. Oh dear, I'm not really liking what they're doing going forward, is what I can say. Sunderland and QPR still 2-0 to Sunderland. There really could have been more by the looks of things. Ross Stewart and Ellis Sims proving to be a really good strike partnership. 64% possession there, 8 shots to 11, 5 shots on target, and only 1 for QPR, being very wasteful. So 10 shots completely off target. Oh no, my things just turned off there. Headphones, don't disconnect now. 7 blocked shots there by QPR. So Sunderland sounding like they're defending it very well. Right, it's definitely on. And 2 seconds, guys. There we go. Right, headphones are back on. 2 corners each, 1 offside there, 4 fouls, 3 big chances missed by QPR. Wow. I'll be interested to see what type of chances there were. But maybe Sunderland may have been flattered slightly, maybe? I don't know. I'll be very interested to see what's happened in that game. And then Hull and Norwich, it's all going wrong for Norwich by the looks of it. Estupinian with the goal there. Stats, 10 shots there, 8 on target. How many saves has Ingram made? 8. Wow. Ingram's made 8 saves. 4 shots off target to 1 there. 1 corner kick to 4 there. Hull have also hit the woodwork. So clearly, when they're giving the ball away in clear areas, they're not defensively. They're looking very poor by the looks of things, and lacking a cutting edge. And because of that, they're being punished for it at the moment. I'll look at comments in a minute. I'm going to quickly go through the Premier League games since some of you are Premier League viewers as well. Southampton Leeds, still 0-0. Let's look at stats. 63-37. 0 shots on target from Southampton. 2 from Leeds. So actually they have asked more questions. 5 shots off target from Southampton, however. And they have slightly outshot Leeds there. 2 corner kicks there. 1 big chance missed for Leeds, apparently. But Southampton playing on the counter-attack but not being very successful with it so far. Big moment, though, in that game is Bamford getting substituted off, being the captain. And Dan James is being substituted on. Not the most popular of options there. Brighton and Newcastle still 0-0 in that game. Newcastle having a bit more of the ball, but look at that. Brighton having 4 shots on target to Newcastle's 1. Maybe Newcastle falling a bit short here. I think Brighton are a good team. I think we do underestimate them a lot of the time. 3 corners to Brighton as well. 1 counter-attack there. I mean, look at this, Man United. This is how to frustrate a really good attacking team. Take some notes. But yeah, 3 saves from Nick Pope, and that's pretty much all to report on that. Wolves and Fulham. Now, I'm intrigued to see who's been a better team. Looks like Wolves have been, based on this attack momentum. Okay, 0 shots on target for Fulham, so that doesn't really give me good hope there. Although only 5 shots from Wolves and only 1 on target, so this game looking very boring, I've got to be honest. 4 corner kicks there. Wolves have missed 1 big chance, so Fulham potentially lucky to be level still. Definitely need to do more than that. Arsenal taking a 2-0 lead. Gabriel Jesus with 2 goals. Jesus looking like... no assist there, so he must have deflected off a Leicester player. Xhaka getting the first assist there, and Vardy wanted a penalty. It was VAR'd, but it was not given. Man City and Bournemouth still 3-0 to City. Gundogan, De Bruyne and Foden score. And Haaland with only 1 assist. I could cry because I took my captaincy away from Jesus and put it onto Haaland, and he's not really delivered to what I would have wanted at the moment, I've got to be honest. Because I made a promise, I'm just going to quickly go back to this and show you the Gaffer League in a minute. Hang on. Let's see this. Okay, I've got 119 total points so far. Only 9 points so far. Why have I got restarting? I definitely didn't put Reece as my starting striker. Well, if you're intrigued, this is what's going on. I definitely did not put Reece as my starting striker, I swear. Cleverly with 10. I think that's going to be updated, potentially. Yeah, at the moment, I'm not too pleased with that. At the moment, I would have definitely wanted more for 9 points. Oh, dear me. That's not gone well. Oh, I hate fantasy. I really do. I really hate fantasy. How have we got 232 average viewers? That is insane. Thank you guys for the support, if there are 232 of you here. Although, there's 232 and apparently none have subscribed. If you have not hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. It really does help the growth of this channel when you do that. It really, really does. Our aim is to get to 1,315. Only 3 of you needing to hit the subscribe button. That's 100th, apparently, of the viewers watching there. And that will make a huge, huge difference. Thank you guys, as always, for being great support. Oh, why is my headphones connected to my phone, not the TV? Well, I'm getting issues with my headphones now. That's just great, isn't it? But thank you guys, as always, for supporting. I don't know if it is. I mean, it might be some coincidence there, which I'm really surprised if that is. So thank you guys so much. I do appreciate that. Thank you guys. Have you been buying views? I've definitely not been buying stuff from YouTube. Let's actually go back to the Watchalong. Right, come on, TV. Allow me to pair with you. 2 seconds, because apparently Leeds have scored, and I definitely want to see that. They have scored. Leeds have taken the lead. Rodrigo. What a moment. Right, headphones back on. Well, wow, what a moment. Apparently, they've not won away from home, Leeds, since October. What a moment this is. So, let's go back to the Premier League over score. So, we've had 3 Premier League games still 0-0. Already one of them has got their first goal. And it has gone in the way of Leeds United. 1-0 up. And it did look like that they were slightly edging Southampton with terms of chances. And Jack Harrison assisting for that goal as well. I think both of them are really, really talented. Jack Harrison especially, I think, is potentially up there for your best player, Leeds fans. So, what a moment. Leeds 1-0 up. They've scored the first goal in the second half. Using Scotland, Aberdeen have completely turned around their fortunes against Motherwell. Excuse me. Wow. Charlie, that's an outrageous comment there. Still no goals in the Championship, which I wouldn't expect. You know, we've literally just started going through the second half. It looks like my grandparents are downstairs, so I feel really sorry for them that they're not seeing me at the moment. But I will be joining them after this stream. Still 0-0 between Brighton and Newcastle. They are cutting to Chris Boyd, potentially talking about how teams are settling in the second half. I'm going to be flicking through all the leagues to see if I can find a goal that I've not talked about so far. As of now, we are still up to date. League 2 maybe could have some goals that I've missed. Doesn't look like it. Looks like I've actually... There was one stage where there was so many goals going in that I didn't know how I was keeping up. But we have caught up now. So, right in the start of the second half, I was going to say who's going to score the first goal in the second half, but kind of Leeds scored this, you know, they scored really, really trickly. Rodrigo scoring more than me in a bar. Oh, that's just out. That's just not nice, isn't it? But you are technically right, I guess. There's definitely something wrong with the system there. I don't know what's going on. Not my system, but the Sky Sports system. They had, don't know if you noticed it, but above the scorecard, they had teams being listed there. Charlie's ecstatic with that. Well, let's not be too carried away. They have got James Ward-Prowse, who can take a good free kick now and again. Livingston have conceded against Hibernian. It's 1-1 now, so they did take the lead, Livingston. But, God, bloody hell, most of the goals in the second half are happening in Scotland. Come on, England. Come on, we need more goals in the EFL. We need them. Leeds, they're technically only Premier League right now. Scunthorpe, I've got one back. Come back on, says Tom. Maybe. Potentially. Charlie has now changed his mind about Jesse Marsh there. Well, that's the difference with football, isn't it? Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm absolutely boiling right now. It is literally unbearable, but I'm trying my best to keep this going at the moment. Still no goals. Oh, of course. Who is commentating Blackpool and Swansea? Alan McAnally, who always gets the 0-0s. Has there been a big chance, maybe? Oh! Wow. Was it a penalty? Well, it was a penalty, Blackpool. That's why they cut to him. But it's saved. Andy Fisher saved the penalty. Wow. What a moment. Oh, well, to be fair, Scunthorpe need to score 2 more goals to equalise with Maidenhead. So I don't know about that comeback, but you don't know, maybe. That'll be a great story. 2-0 Sunderland, of course. We have so many injuries, says David. Yeah. Well, Willock is the main one for me. You know, he's really like the one that I think, well, he played a big part, actually, in QPR's win against Middlesbrough. So now you've not got him in the squad. That's really not come at a really ideal time for them there. Cornerstone, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Those goals in Scotland coming in fast. Yeah, I know. St Mirren now has just scored as well. It says 226 watching. Is it a glitch or something? Well, I think so. But it's also happened yesterday as well, which is very bizarre. So I was averaging 200 odd, and I mean, at the start of the stream, I was averaging like 10 or 15. I was like, yeah, that's what I tend to get. And then just suddenly, when I got to my video, all of a sudden, like it went, I don't know. Without Willock, we're awful, says David. Well, you're relying on Ilias Chair and Lyndon Dykes. I mean, Ilias Chair is good on his day, but Lyndon Dykes for goals, very unreliable there. Well, they're talking about Wolves at the moment. I think Gibbs White may be creating a chance for Wolves there. Rodrigo for Golden Boot, I think, and Rodrigo for Ballon d'Or. Bit carried away? No, not at all. Okay. Webby has asked when's my next watch along. I am. Probably can't be tomorrow. Although I want to stream tomorrow because that'll be a good time to see you guys. Me watching Chelsea and Spurs. So if I am doing the next watch along, it will either be Chelsea versus Spurs, or it will be one of the midweek games for the Championship, because midweek games are out returning to the Championship now. I'll be back later, but at least Arsenal are winning, says David. Well, yeah, he'll be very, very happy with that there. David says he'll be in a pub tomorrow. Wrexham have just conceded. Yeovil are now drawing 1-1 with them. It is Malachi Linton who has scored for Yeovil to make it 1-1 there. Oh, that's not good for Wrexham. They'll be wanting to go straight back. Well, not straight back up. They will be wanting to go back to where they were, but win the league this time. Stockport just was relentless, and they managed to narrowly snatch, top of National League away from Wrexham, and of course they lose out to, I believe, Grimsby in the end. Right, Salford are beating Crewe Alexandria by 2-0. We have a third goal, by the way, at the Emirates. Let's talk about that first. It is Will Saliba with an own goal, apparently. So Leicester having a small lifeline, potentially. Arsenal having a quick Jesus double. But Saliba now with our own goal. Maybe Leicester could maybe get something. Who knows? Had that penalty been given and it scored, then it would have been 2-2, and that would have been an entirely different game entirely. Let's quickly talk about the second goal for Salford against Crewe. Crewe have actually got a 100% start so far, so they're looking like they're losing out at the moment. As Sante scores with Watt getting the assist. So just like that, Crewe have now lost their 100% start in the league. Looks like it's going to an advertisement break, so I'll take these headphones off. No goals in New York Stadium, so still 4-0 to Rotherham right now. Leicester scores, says David. Yeah, he's not pleased with that at all. 3-0 Burton, says Tom. Is that true? I tell you what a response for Burton if that is the case. It is 3-0 Burton. Is it a hat-trick by Keeler Dunn? Well, it's 3-1 now you've just said that. So actually we've had... Well, of course, it is a Keeler Dunn hat-trick. Let's just look at this now. Hang on, let's just get everything right. We've got 2 goals to talk about now in that game. So, Keeler Dunn has scored a hat-trick, a 9 rating, the turquoise rating there. But I'm waiting to know who scored for Accrington Stanley, because they've just got 1 goal back into it. Motherwell have completed a comeback as well. So, Motherwell taking the lead, then Aberdeen take the lead, and now Motherwell are winning 3-2. What an unbelievable game that is. So Keeler Dunn with a hat-trick, but now Joe Pritchard is now getting into the scoring, and that is making things rather interesting. I did say that Leicester could get a comeback. Granit Xhaka said no. So it's 3-1 Arsenal. They will pick up 3 points here. Gabriel, is it Gabriel the defender, or is it Gabriel Jesus? I think it's Gabriel the defender with the assist, and Granit Xhaka makes it 3-1 to Arsenal. There's another goal in League 2, and it's gone to the weight of Mark Hughes' Bradford. Because, what helps is that Drisdale did get a red card for Newport. Harrison Chapman has now made it 2-0, and at the moment they both drew one, a lost one at the moment. So this will be Bradford's first win of the season. We're beating Chelsea next weekend, says Charlie. We'll see. There is a goal at Adams Park in League 1 between Wycombe and Shrewsbury. It is a goal for Wycombe. You could have guessed that. Gareth McCleary, who's been a Wycombe player for a long, long time now. But McCleary scores to make it 1-0 to Wycombe. Looking like that they're going to respond well after their really, really poor defeat. Let's see who they did lose to. Yeah, look at that, to Bolton. They lost 3-0. So, looking like that Wycombe are going to get a good response. There's another goal at the Peninsula, and it is 3-0 Salford. It is Asante again with a goal. So, 1 assist and 2 goals by Asante. So, what a game it's turned out to be for this young lad there. Looks like nothing's happened in the Premier League. What's going on with the Championship? Whoa! Okay, Millwall just equalised. Apparently. Oh, that's a moment there. Jesus. All right. Let's wait. Yes, it's just popped through. George Honeyman has scored for Millwall. Wow. What a bit of timing that was. I was literally just about to say there's been no other goals in the Championship, but George Honeyman, what a game this has turned out to be. Millwall drawing, got that as a draw. I got that as a Millwall win. Now probably going to be a realistic result now. What a moment. 4 goals, and there's another equalising goal, this time at the John Smith Stadium, and it's gone to the way of Stoke City. They have equalised. Portsmouth have doubled their lead against Cheltenham. It is 2-0 to Pompey, and it's Colby Bishop again, this time scoring from the penalty spot. But I'm waiting to find out who has scored for Stoke, because it won't show me who scored for Stoke. I think they have scored, but I'm just having a wait. I don't know if you guys may already know. No, it's Lewis Baker, so he's missed the penalty, Lewis Baker, but now he's scored his actual goal. So a bit of redemption there from Lewis Baker. It is now 1-1. Let's go back to the actual watch-along mode and talk through some comments. Got Stoke as a draw. I got Stoke as a 2-1 win, which could happen actually at the moment there. Tom says you Moors. I think it's 2-0 to Solihull Moors if that's the case there. Do you do these streams every Saturday? It won't be every Saturday because I'm trying to go to football games as well. And the team I've selected is Ipswich because I'm working full time in Ipswich. For instance, if you see my recent vlog, I've basically talked about Millwall. Not Millwall. I'm talking about Millwall because Millwall's playing on the screen right now. I basically talked about Ipswich losing 1-0 to Colchester in the Carabao Cup. I think I will be trying to see Ipswich play Barnsley, which I think will be a good game. But next week, I will do these 3 p.m. watch-alongs again. Pretty much any time that Ipswich are going to be away from home. I know they're technically at home today, but there is a supposed train strike, so I'm not going and taking that risk. Lead Leicester to score 1, says Jack. Have you predicted 3-2? That's a scoreline and a half. We need another Leeds goal, says Charlie. What do I support? Okay, they're talking about Huddersfield and Stoke. Who do I support? I support... basically, being an Essex lad, I look at Colchester being the only team left in the EFL. I also look at Chelsea being my local team in National League South. And I also look for a Premier League team, and that one was Chelsea because my dad, not my granddad actually, my dad, but my uncles, they all support Chelsea. So naturally, by default, I've supported Chelsea. Creeper Boy says 232 people. I don't know if that's an actual, figure that's going on. If it is, and I'm pleasantly surprised. But thank you guys for the support. I mean, I have my suspicions because... Wow, okay, a goal at St. Mary's, and Charlie is going to be loving this. It's 2-0 Leeds. How about that then? Leeds are winning their opening 2 games of the season. Look, seems perfect condition at the moment for Leeds to play against Chelsea at the moment. Is it something that they could disallow? I don't know, but I think it's Rodrigo again that scores for Leeds. What a moment. 2-0 Leeds. Southampton at the moment, the last place in the table for sure. That's 6 goals conceded for Southampton in their opening 2 games of the season. It's not looking great here. Big for Burton Albion there. It's now 3-2 to Accrington, to Burton. But Accrington Stanley, within 5 minutes, have scored 2 goals. Surely Burton can't throw this away. Surely they can't throw this away. I mean, I think Hasselbank will go if they throw this away. Honestly, he would have honestly installed very little confidence in the team if they can't hold a 3-goal lead against Accrington Stanley. Honestly, any more goals that have happened in the Championship by the looks of things? No. Rangers have scored a second against St Johnstone, by the way, if you were wondering there. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've got probably a good 100 people watching. Charlie Webb says he's a Bristol Rovers fan. We did actually talk about Bristol Rovers near the start of the stream because they did play in the early game today against Oxford. A great win for them, and it did look pretty close actually based on chances actually. And to go toe-to-toe with a supposed team That's normally up there in the top 6. That's a great result for them, actually. They were top of the league before Exeter are now winning, and now Exeter are top of League One. Both Bristol Rovers and especially Exeter have actually had a really good return to League One so far. But yeah, at the moment, we've not gained any subs, actually, despite apparently averaging this amount of viewers there. So we are on 1,312 subscribers. So guys, if you've not hit the subscribe button, it does tremendously help the channel. If we can, let's try and hit to 1,315. That would be a brilliant achievement for the channel if we can get there. But thank you guys as always for liking, sharing, subscribing. All of those things really, really do help. Golden Boot coming for Rodrigo. Neil Morpay could be on his way, says Lequan Henry. Are you saying on his way to Nottingham Forest? I think I've read the Bristol Rovers fan there. Northampton are 2-1 up. You're absolutely right. I'll quickly show that now because I think we do have another goal at Stadium MKM. So I'll be very quick with this one. Northampton 2-1 up there, as you can see. Lewis Appear. And we are it is 2 goals in MKM Stadium. Norwich have got some serious questions to answer because they're 2-0 down. I don't know who scored for Hull. One of it may be Estupinian again. Ipswich are now 3-0 up against MK Dons. Connor Chaplin with that goal. It's Estupinian. It is Estupinian apparently who has scored. So Estupinian has scored 2 goals. And Aladia apparently I think was involved with the assist there. Rashirov with Sargent on. Sorensen and Gibbs. No, it's not working. It's not working for Norwich so far, clearly. Any big chance that Hull are getting, they're scoring. And any chance that Norwich are getting, they're missing. Something's not right there. Something is really not right at the moment. I mean, I said that, let's just remember the Nottingham Forest rule. That they only had 1 point with 7 games. And I know they changed their manager to eventually get the results. But it's not possible for Norwich to turn this around. But if they are 5 games in, especially if, let's say they lose midweek. Or they only get 1 point in midweek. That is not good in your opening 4 games to only pick up a maximum of 2 points. 1-0 Chesterfield apparently. I didn't see that. So Cambridge equalised against Exeter. So I was saying my praises on Exeter about being a breath of fresh air in League One. They have just conceded. It is 1-1 there. Still 3-2 to Burton, by the way, but very squeaky bum. Okay, Shrewsbury have equalised against Wickham. I don't know who scored it, so this was clearly a very recent one. I talked about Ipswich going 3-0 up. Donatian with his 2nd assist, actually, because he assisted Wes Burns, and now he's assisted Connor Chaplin there. Lincoln taking the lead against Forest Green. Cargill with an own goal, apparently, making it 1-0 to Lincoln. And now Barnsley with 1 goal back. Josh Benson with the goal, with Luke Thomas getting... I don't think it's Luke Thomas, I think maybe Liam Thomas, I don't know. But Thomas with the assist to make it 2-1 at the moment. So Derby's still holding the lead, but very, very narrowly by the looks of things. I did say 3-0 Man City, and it's staying 3-0, but I do think Bournemouth, it could just be down to them how well they've defended. Leeds, at the moment, are looking very strong. So Leeds, if I look at the Premier League table, are up to 3rd. Look at that. It's like my career mode when they were pushing top 4. We'll see if they can keep this up for the rest of the season, however. And I think I've caught up with goals. I've not actually checked League 2, however. It's now 2-0 Tranmere, so that was brilliant timing, actually, now that I've checked that. I've already done the one for Northampton there. Wimbledon have taken the lead against Doncaster Rovers. Don't know who scored that either. Still 0-0 between Stockport and Colchester there. I do think if Stockport have got any chance to win, they really should try and take it against Colchester right now. It's Pennington who scored the equaliser goal for Shrewsbury. I definitely didn't comment about that. Can we get a goal scorer? Okay, so for Tranmere, it is Ethan Bristow. There's another goal, actually, in League One between Plymouth and Peterborough. And Peterborough losing their 100% start because Plymouth have now taken a 2-0 lead. Ryan Hardy scoring from the penalty spot. And Plymouth would be on 6 points out of 9, which would be decent. I've got to say, Plymouth had a really tough start alongside with MK Dons. And For Plymouth to take 6 points, I think they've done a really good job, to be fair. Any goals in the Championship? It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's still currently the same goals that I've seen so far. I don't know what's going to save my predictions at this rate. Millwall scoring 1 could give me 1 point. I'm going to write off Luton and Rotherham already. Wigan, if they equalise, I think I predicted 1-1 between Wigan and Bristol City. I'm not too sure what I predicted there. I won't lie. Let me just quickly check. I'm just going to have a nosy at my predictions there. If I can find them. Where have I put them? There they are. Did I predict 1-1 for Wigan? No, I did. I did predict. So 1 goal for Wigan would be very nice. Blackpool Swansea. What did I predict in this one? Did I predict a draw again? I think I said a 1-1 draw, which is irritating because got the draw right, but got the wrong type of draw by the looks of things. Chesterfield are beating Aldershot. Liam Mandeville with the goal for Chesterfield. So clearly they don't really broadcast National League goals very, very quickly there. Yeah, I said 1-1 between Blackpool Swansea. Oh, that's very irritating. Oh, it happens. It happens. But a Stoke goal would be nice because, alright, so a Wigan and a Stoke goal will give me 6 points in my predictions. So those are the 2 goals that I would like right now. Wimbledon have scored already. I think I've already shown you the Wimbledon scoreline. I definitely showed them scoring their first goal, unless they're 2-0 up. Oh, well, did I say Stockport have got a big chance to get their first point of the season? Well, now they do. Stockport have taken the lead against Colchester United, and it is Carl Wooten with the goal. What a moment that is. I thought Wimbledon were 1-0 up. Why? Has it been disallowed? Is there no goal? Okay, that's odd. It's very weird. Why is there 0-0 now? Must have been disallowed. That's all I could think of. By the way, Southend have equalised against Solihull Moors. It's Chris Rett with the goal. So Solihull Moors are unfortunately not winning. There's a couple of you who do support Solihull Moors, so definitely not a positive moment in that front there. Did I talk about Cambridge's equaliser? Sam Smith. Of course, I was going to make a Sam Smith joke there, but didn't seem appropriate. Right, but yeah, he scores for Cambridge to make it 1-1, and I think I've caught up there. It's still 3-2 Burton, but they've got to be very careful right now. Currently in the Premier League, we are up to date. Still 0-0 with Brighton and Newcastle and Wolves and Fulham. Right, well, I did ask for 1 goal from Wigan and Bristol City, and it has come to the way that I wanted it to. Wigan have now equalised against Bristol City. Bianca Westwood commenting this. It's Will Keane who scores his first league goal this season. Well then, I'm interested to see the stats by the attack momentum. As you can see there, looks like there was not a lot of movement there, but then all of a sudden, Wigan now starting to take their chance. So, 67th minute, it is 1-1. Oh dear me. I'd hate to be in Matt's position right now. It's still 2-2, but they're now a man down. Gustavo Hamer has been sent off for 2 yellow cards. He did predict that Gustavo Hamer would be one of the first to get a red card, and it's taken him till game 3 to get a red card there. Oh, my headphones, you are useless. Please connect to my TV, because I want to know if it was a penalty. It's connected to my phone, isn't it? Come on. Right. Doesn't sound like a penalty, but I think it was a professional last man moment when they got that yellow card there. Oh dear. Well, not good. Not good for Coventry. God, from the elation of being 2-0 up and having, well, going down to 10 men and now conceding an equalising goal. Wow. Stop all 1-0 up. That's right. Coventry red card. Rodrigo give us a goal. He's already scored 2. Tom is not pleased. Oh, it's 2-1 Leeds. It's 2-1 now. Southampton have got a goal back. I did say never underestimate Southampton. Never, never underestimate them there. It's Joe Aribo. It sounds like Hasenhüttl have now completely tweaked the formation and his team following Leeds playing so well. So now it looks like Hasenhüttl has now found a way to combat Leeds' play. Now it's just about seeing if Leeds can now survive, because it looks like, if you see this momentum here, Southampton are now starting to take over. So Leeds are now going to be very careful to see if they can keep that 2-1 lead. Well, I'm just listening to Mount City playing there. Right. David is rubbing it into Charlie's face, saying that Southampton scored. Well, it's Joe Rebo, one of their new signings, and it sounds like Hasenhüttl being a good manager. He is a good manager. I think literally most of the managers in the Premier League are good. He's tweaked the formation, for what I can hear in the commentary, and they've combated the way that Leeds have been able to get ahead of them. So now it feels like that Southampton are probably going to be the better team now, and it's going to be a question of seeing if Leeds can survive this long. Goal in Emirates. Right. It's now the 5th goal in Emirates. Leicester have now just made it 3-2. Wow. What a game this has turned out to be. Well, maybe Arsenal aren't quite on it defensively, and maybe they're going to have to rely on their goal scoring. But James Maddison's made it 3-2. We do have a goal at MKM Stadium. As you can see, Norwich have now got one back against Hull. Is this going to be a late comeback from them there? It is Marcelino Nunes who scores for Norwich, one of their defenders as well. So, I don't know, maybe a set piece or maybe a good run across the right hand side, because I think he's a fullback there. But I feel like Norwich, based on their performances, they have deserved it, but it's just really not clicking for their way right now. I think they're playing well, but they're not having that cutting edge. And I think England has done really well as well. Lincoln 1, Forest Green 1. And I forgot he's a Forest Green player now. It is Connor Wickham who has scored for Forest Green to make it 1-1. Wow. What a moment for Forest Green. They could get a point against Lincoln, which would be a great result for them. Tranmere are 3-0 up now. So Tranmere are going to get their first points of the season against the Gillingham team, who have really struggled actually with their opening start to the season. Neil Harris is still in charge of them there. It is Josh Dacres-Cogley who scores for Tranmere to make it 3-0. We may have another goal in the Premier League somewhere, I think. I'm just seeing more championship scores. Nothing's changed at the moment. Okay, well, it's gone to Arsenal. It's 4-2, and every time Leicester seem to go back, Arsenal seem to go on the other end and score. And I've got to say, that is elite mentality that they've done that. And it's Martinelli who scored for Arsenal against Crystal Palace in the opening day of the season. He scored again. Martinelli, I think now is getting the plaudits he's deserved, and is getting the game time he's deserved as well. And now he's clearly taking the game by the scruff of the neck. Arsenal now 4-2 up against Leicester, but defensively from Leicester, we're linked with Fofana, who's part of that back line. Oh dear. David has predicted 5-0 Man City. David's predicted 4-0 Arsenal there. Yeah, never predict a clean sheet for Arsenal. At the moment, it looks like we are going to stay with Wolves 0, Fulham 0, and Brighton 0, Newcastle 0. They're looking like they're not really going to life at the moment. A really good moment for me with my predictions will be if Stoke scores. Because, I've got one correct score currently. And I'm saying currently because it's not going to stay that way, potentially. Which is Wigan and Bristol City. Well, they're talking about Haaland. He's only had 8 touches, apparently. Which is incredible, really. For the fact he's actually had so little of the ball. No other goals so far. We've already talked about the red card. Anything from League 1 maybe? No. Anything from League 2? Oh, it's still 0-0. Wait, no, it is 1-0. What's doing it there? Yeah, it is Carl Woodton who scores. So Stockport, look how one-sided this is with the attack momentum. Very depressing if you're a Colchester fan. Hornby, who was in goal, doing some brilliant time wasting against Ipswich, the highest rating in Colchester so far. I'm intrigued. How many shots have they had? 17 shots to 1. Bloody hell. 6 shots on target to 0. I'd be embarrassed, to be honest. This is a newly promoted team from the National League. You guys can't see it because I'm in the Watchalong mode, but look at this. 17 shots to 1. 6 shots to 0. There's a penalty at Molyneux now. Okay, hang on. Fulham's got a penalty. What a moment this could be for Fulham. Surely Mitrovic has got to take the penalty. I think apparently it is a penalty. This could be a huge moment for Fulham's season to get 4 points in their opening 2 games. I mean, good on Marco Silva if he can get that right now. Mitro goal. I'm going to be really annoyed by that because Mitrovic is also on my bench again. So, I think it's Mitrovic taking it. This will be a big moment for Fulham if they can get this. Right, so looks like we're not getting any goals in the Championship as of now. Let's stay with the Premier League and see if Fulham can take the lead. Whistle's gone. Mitrovic. It's saved. It's saved. Oh dear. What a chance for Mitrovic. He's missed. He's missed the penalty. Sarr has saved it. He has saved Wolves' bacon there. And Fulham, what a chance they could have had to get 4 points in 2. Could that be a penalty miss that they, would regret later on in the season, maybe? We do have a couple of goals going in. Well, one from the National League, Gateshead 2, Barnet 2. Great comeback from them there. We do have also one in the National League, the first one between Sutton and Barrow. And it is Sutton who take the lead. There is a goal at the John Smith Stadium. I would have really preferred Stoke to score to make it 2-1 Stoke, because that's what I predicted. However, Danny Ward has said otherwise, because Huddersfield now take the lead against Stoke City. It feels very typical Stoke, doesn't it, that they lose out to a team who've not got any points right now. Deary me, it feels really inconsistent Stoke again. And I definitely think it's going to be a lot of pressure on O'Neill now. Dwayne Owens with the assist. Dan Ward with the goal. And it's been completely overshadowed with Man City scoring 4 goals. And it is... Holland's off the pitch. Bloody hell. And it's a known goal by Jefferson Lerma, which is very unfortunate by his part. But very dominant by Manchester City. It is 4-0 to Man City. There goes my 3-0 for the Premier League. Yeah, that's right. Same here. But wow. Huddersfield, as it stands with this result, will pick up their first 3 points. I don't know whether if Huddersfield deserved it. I need to look at stats later. But what a moment this is. So if we look at the table here, Norwich, bottom, Bristol City... Because they have now drawing now, they will have their first point, Bristol City, but they'll be 23rd, Middlesbrough on 22nd. Huddersfield, with that win as it stands, will go up to 15th. Big goal in League One, actually, in Hillsborough. No goals between Sheffield Wednesday and Charlton until now. Both of them had a brilliant glory in the Carabao Cup. And Sheffield Wednesday have made it 1-0. Tyreek Backerson with the goal. Wimbledon have made it 1-0 against Doncaster as well. I'm trying to get through this really, really quickly because there's a huge goal. So Wimbledon scored. Nathan Young-Coombs scores. But what a genius bit of tactical masterclass that is by Ralph Hasenhüttl. They were battered at the start of the second half. With a formation tweak and a couple of substitutions, Southampton have completely turned it around. It is now 2-2 in this game. I don't know who scored. There's been no goal at the Amex. It's Carl Walker-Peters who has scored for Southampton. That makes it 2-2. 81st minute, and there's even more time for potentially one of those teams to pick up all 3 points. This game's really on a knife's edge now. It really could be either one of them by the looks of things right now. They're talking about Sheffield Wednesday now, so I've already talked about that. No subs made Jesse out at the moment. Rangers 4-0. Yeah, they're looking very comfortable there. Wednesday 1-0 up. That's right. Haaland will come back to life against Forest, you watch. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, Charlie's not pleased by the looks of things there. Thank you guys for supporting the channel, by the way. If you guys have not hit the like button, please do so. It always really helps the channel when you do hit the like button. If you've not hit the subscribe button, by the way, please also do that. We've actually not gained a sub despite averaging 100 odd viewers. I think it's glitched out, honestly. We're on 1,312, so guys, please make sure you do hit the subscribe button if you've not done so. We're still 1,312. It will be a brilliant achievement if we can get to 1,315 subs, honestly. So only 3 of you will need to subscribe. But honestly, thank you as always for the continued support for the channel. We can have no breaks. We're entering the final 10 minutes and we are getting some goals. Fleetwood have just equalised against Morecambe. So it looks like Fleetwood are going to snatch and grab a point by the looks of things. It is Danny Andrew who scores, making it 1-1. We've now caught up with the goals. I am keeping a close eye on Accrington and Burton. Looking like it's still going to be Burton with the win, but Accrington Stanley looking very close. They could definitely get something there at the moment. Still no other goals anywhere by the looks of things. No. 1 goal from Sunderland and QPR will make it 3-1. Right, okay. We've got a small break from Soccer Saturday. Oh my gosh, I've got a headache. There's so much concentration and checking in all these games. But we have managed to catch up by the looks of things. Livingston are now 2-1 up against Hibernian. Right, let's just have a really tiny break. Charlie's really showing his frustration here right now. Alloa scoring against Edinburgh. They're losing, but it's 3-2 now, so we could get something there. I don't know why, Charlie, you're more frustrated in this game more than anything. You know, did you expect Leeds to be challenging for Europe? Newsflash, they're not. I'm sorry. Away from home as well, Leeds have got one of the poorest away records in the league. So, I mean, personally, I probably would say, don't know what you're expecting, but I don't know. I feel like if you underestimate a team, you know, it definitely makes the reaction worse. And Southampton, you can never underestimate. You know, as cut back as they can be with quality at times, they do have some match winners. And they're clearly shown in that moment there that they have still got them when they need them. And at the moment, you know, with the 81st minute equaliser, it really could be, you know, that they could potentially get something there. Well, I think Burton are okay now because they've apparently scored a 4th. So, it's now 4-2 to Burton against Accrington. If I can find them. And it's not Keeler Dunn who scored. It is Gassan Anime who scored for Burton, making it 4-2. Looks like Burton will keep their first 3 points in the league. Bad equalising goal for York's concern. They've just conceded to Maidstone. 1-1 now in that game there. Still, is it still 0-0? Yeah, still 0-0 between Blackpool and Swansea there. Still no other goals to talk about in the Championship. None in the Premier League, although we could have had one for Fulham had Mitrovic scored his penalty. Have we had any other goals in League 2? They're talking back to Southampton right now and Leeds. Oh, they're just building up for some bizarre reason, honestly. Why is my... I was going to say. Well, just like that, within 2 minutes, Sam Corn has made Maidstone... What's happening with my headset? Why is it... Oh, for God's sake, what's going on with that? Right, QPR have managed to get 1 goal back against Sunderland, apparently. It's now 2-1 to Sunderland still, but QPR looking like they could get something here. Ilias Chair in the 87th minute, maybe too little too late, but Ilias Chair has made it 2-1. 1 goal for Sunderland will make my prediction spot on, but what a late moment this is. Swansea looking like they may have snatched and grabbed all 3 points against Blackpool. What a moment. And let's not forget, Blackpool had a penalty saved as well. Jerry Yates was the one who missed the penalty, but Olivier Nitcham scores for Swansea to make it 1-0 to the Swans. Ilias Chair making things really nervy. Oh, no way. Oh, poor Matt. Well, just like that, Coventry go 2-0 up. It goes 2-2. 2-1 up at half time. And it ends currently 3-2 to Millwall. George Saville with the goal. And Huddersfield looking like they're going to get a really good win against Stoke. 3-1 up they now find themselves. Jordan Rhodes with that goal. Right, well now I'm in a position where I could get some good points. If Blackpool scores, I get 3. If Sunderland scores 1, I get 3 as well. And I tell you what, Dwayne Holmes has had a great game. 2 assists Dwayne Holmes has had for those 2 goals there. Rhodes actually scoring a goal there as well. So Dwayne Holmes doing really, really well there. I don't know who got the assist for Saville there, but that is a huge moment there. And yeah, currently as it stands, look at that, Coventry 21st. Deary me. You can't be 2-0 up and give away easy goals. Well, that's the defence's problem, isn't it? Oh, there we go. I think the stream's finally gone back to where it was. 12 viewers. Charlie says we have done a Coventry. Shelley says Sunderland are going up. Well, I think they have a great home record. It depends what they're like away from home. That's all I'd say. If they do go up, that'll be a great comeback for Sunderland, honestly. Okay. Wimbledon are 2-0 up apparently against Doncaster. Let's just quickly show that. I think I showed that already. Well, I definitely showed the first goal. It is Nathan Young-Coombs who scores to make it 2-0. Oh, now someone did ask about the comeback for Scunthorpe. It's now 3-2 to Maidenhead. So Scunthorpe just score. It's Joe Nuttall. Oh, what a name. So Joe Nuttall scores for Scunthorpe to make it 3-2. Maybe a chance of a comeback. Who knows? But right now, I'm in a position there where I am potentially hoping for Blackpool and Sunderland to score a goal. Because that will give me some great points in the prediction league. We've won it late before, says Charlie. Yeah. Coventry in the mud, says Leocorn Henry. Charlie, there's another Charlie rivaling the other Charlie right now. Bournemouth 2-2. Yeah, they have. Tyrone Marsh scoring a penalty. So that's pretty much all that's happened there. Anything? Oh my gosh! Okay, a goal. Between in the Abbey, which is Cambridge and Exeter. Looks like Exeter are going to lose their first game of the season. They may have already lost a game, Exeter, but definitely the first one I've streamed at least. They're now 2-1 down. Paul Digby scores for Cambridge to make it 2-1. Exeter were top of the league, but now, look at them, they're down to 7th. Oh, of course, look who's at top. Of course it's Ipswich who are top of the league right now. I don't think that's going to stay the same, honestly. Them and Sheffield Wednesday are going to have a really good battle for that, actually. There's a lot of teams still unbeaten, but yeah, Portsmouth and Bolton being a couple of those there. Tommy Rose scored for Doncaster. Oh, everything's going on in that game so far. It's currently 2-1 there. So that would mean Wimbledon have another win on their belts, but it will be Doncaster's first defeat going back down to League 2. Right, any more goals that I missed? No, by the looks of things, I've not missed any at the moment, but if there's anyone I do want to score, it will be Blackpool and Sunderland right now. That will be the 2 teams I'd really like to see score. For the Premier League right now, it's not looking great. They're talking about Southampton Leeds, but my headphones are not working, so I have no idea what Michael Dawson's saying. But it's just like that. Hasenhüttl's reacted to his team being 2-0 down, made changes and have looked much better with new subs, and Leeds have simply made their substitutions too late. You know, they have made one forced sub, so it wasn't like they didn't make any subs, but they had to forcefully make them. You know, in terms of tactical substitutions, they definitely should have made them sooner. And, yeah, they definitely, I felt, probably, I think they undermined Southampton, which you should never, ever do. Not in any Premier League team. Oh, my God, what a moment. Well, there is a fourth goal at the Stadium of Light. Shelley was just saying Sunderland are going to go back up in first place and win the league. Well, QPR have got a word for you because is it Macaulay Bonne who scored? I don't know who scored. He's definitely been substituted on Macaulay Bonne. Who scored? I don't know who scored. No one's telling me who scored the goal. But that's a huge moment. It's... What? It's the goalkeeper! Seny Dieng has scored! What? I am watching Sunderland QPR. How has Seny Dieng scored the equalising goal? Literally throwing the kitchen sink QPR have. And look at that. I mean, yeah, looking much better in the second half. Well, I'm a bit gutted. I've lost out on 1 point, but what drama this has turned out to be. Seny Dieng has scored. Unbelievable. Still 0-0 between Brighton, Newcastle and Fulham and Wolves there. Whether it'll stay that way. Oh, it's a 7th goal at the Wham Stadium. Right, it stayed 0-0 between Brighton and Newcastle full time, by the way. So, I did say Burton looked like that they've racked up the points. Maybe not, because Accrington have scored a third. Josh Woods now making it 4-3. Oh, God. This is a really bad time to be a Wycombe Wanderers fan right now. They had a great start to the season, beating Burton. But they lost out to Bolton, and now they've lost out late to Shrewsbury. They're 2-1 down. Luke Lehigh scoring in the 89th minute in the penalty spot to make it 2-1 to Shrewsbury. It's ended 4-0 Man City and Bournemouth, by the way. So Bournemouth fans, sigh of relief, you know, they won't score any more goals. So only 2 full times in the Premier League so far. Tranmere and Gillingham are full time as well. Right, Jefferson looks like he's shouting at something. Oh, he's talking about Shrewsbury, which I've already just talked about. If Blackpool equalise, that'd be really nice for my predictions. I won't lie. But I don't think they are going to right now. It is full time between Sunderland and QPR. What a moment. Let's read comments. I need to see everyone's reactions. Seny Dieng just scored. Yeah, I know. Unbelievable. Begovic or Robertson special, says David. Was it really one of those goals? I'm not anti-Leeds. I'm just being realistic. I'm sorry. Something's happened, apparently. They cut back to Michael Dawson immediately. Oh, well. They're definitely easing the drama in this game. They're definitely making it on a knife's edge, which I kind of understand, I guess. Skybird says 2-1 Sunderland. Well, no, it's definitely 2-2. Definitely 2-2 full time there. I'll show you the table. Because of that, Hull are top? How are Hull City top of the table? None of this season makes sense at the moment. And Blackburn are now third, but, you know, if they beat West Brom, they'll keep their 100% star. Norwich bottom. Unbelievable. They keep cutting to Sue Smith. There's potentially some moments there with Wolves and Fulham. Maybe a goal, and I don't think we're going to get a goal, personally. God, this table's mad at the moment. Absolutely bonkers. Hull to have 2 wins and to have them against Norwich and Bristol City. You know, they've done well, Hull, to actually get into this position so far. I don't know how they're top right now. Late goal between Rochdale and Grimsby. Grimsby, who have just returned to the EFL after falling out of it. They've just got a late goal. Luke Waterfall scores for Grimsby there. Couple more full times in the Prem. 4-2 to Arsenal. And it has ended Southampton 2, Leeds 2. Pretty nothingy game in the first half. But Leeds looking like that Rodrigo turned to a man possessed, scoring 2 great goals by the looks of things. Harrison having a great involvement in them. Stoichkov getting the assist there. Southampton did look dead and buried, but a triple substitution from Hasenhüttl and a formation tweak made the difference. Joe Aribo with Adam Armstrong getting the assist and Carl Walker-Peters getting the equalising goal within 9 minutes later. It is great drama, but Leeds will feel they definitely should have wrapped it up. Being 2-0 up and to concede 2 goals like that, could that be a very costly game for them? It has ended 0-0 between Wolves and Fulham. Bruno Lage, again, looking very frustrated at the moment. Right, Huddersfield and Stoke are full-time 3-1, by the way. Still going in Luton, Preston, Millwall, Coventry, and Wigan, Bristol City. Stockport have beaten Colchester, by the way, by 1-0. What a great result that is for Stockport, by the way. But for Colchester's front, statistics will show you, look at that, 21 shots to 2. Awful. Absolutely embarrassing. Really bad. Oh, there was a goal, apparently. Oh my god, an equalising goal for Doncaster. Okay, an equalising goal. So they scored 1 back in the 86th minute. And they've apparently equalised in the 94th minute. Sean Williams making it 2-2. Solihull Moors and Southend has ended 1-1 in that game. They're previewing Brentford and Man United now. Blackpool and Swansea has ended 1-0 to the Swans. Come on, Wigan and Bristol City, please go full time. I swear to God, I really want a correct score. Luton and Preston still 1-0 there. Ipswich has ended 3-0 to them. Oh my gosh! Oh, dearie me! Hasselbank, sorry. Hasselbank. How could you do this? It's ended 4-4. I don't know who scored for Accrington Stanley, but it's ended 4-4. I'm a Chelsea fan, but I would say Hasselbank, I'm sorry, but I think he's got to go. He's completely lost it defensively with this team. It makes no sense. How could they do that? Rosare Longello scores in the 96th minute, and just like that, it's their first point of the season, but really it should have been 3. Incredible, but it really should have been 3. It's all full-time in the Premier League, by the way. Still going, by the way, between Millwall, Coventry, Luton, Preston, and Wigan, Bristol City. Why is there so much stoppage time in all the games I really want to end? I swear to God, if one of Wigan and Bristol City score, I'm going to have a fit. Right, yeah, Luton and Preston full-time 1-0 to Preston, and Millwall, Coventry. I mean, that's an incredible game. Oh, but poor Matt, I'm probably going to check on him after that. Of course, the one game I want to end, because it's currently my correct score, it's still going. Go on, end this bloody game, please. Oh my God. Right, let's go back to this. Watchalong for Man U Brentford. I can't prepare that now. It's too little time, unfortunately, there. Costly game. What's that supposed to mean? Well, imagine if Leeds go down by 2 points. Where have they lost those 2 points? Potentially conceding those 2 goals against Southampton. That's all I'm saying. You just don't know. We're only at game week 2. Nothing's conclusive yet. So, I'm just foreshadowing what could happen. You know, you cannot predict it, you know, and I will say that. I could be really wrong about Leeds and all of these other teams. But out of what the majority have predicted, based on what has happened here, it could be costly. Doncaster 2-2, yeah. I know it's game week 2. I know, Charlie. Why is it still 1-1? Why is there so much added time there? Come on, just end that game. You know you want to. Wigan apparently looking really good now. So if anyone's looking like they're going to get a winning goal, it looks like it's going to go to Wigan. But it's still going. Why is it still going? What has happened in that game that has made the game still run? All the games have gone. It's 5 o'clock. Why have they not blown the whistle yet? Come on, please. Right, it is full time. Well, okay, it's SofaScore trolling me apparently. It is full time apparently. It is 1-1 full time there. If I refresh this, it should show 1-1 full time. I don't know why it's not. It's definitely full time. SofaScore's trying to troll me. Anyway, apparently Stevenage has scored in the 100th minute of the game. That's the last thing worth checking. Right, let's check that now. Have they scored? That would be a great return for Stevenage there. Hang on, where are they? Stevenage. They played... who did they play? No, not Stockport. Where was... Oh, it's Walsall. Yeah, that's right. Bloody hell, yeah. Danny Rose in the 100th minute. Wow. Unbelievable, honestly. That is incredible. I think it's full time between Accrington and Burton. I don't know why they're still playing there. I don't know how Burton could throw this away with Keeler Dunn contributing that much into the game, honestly. Right, there we go. There's the confirmation that it's 1-1 full time. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, I think I am back, basically done for the day, pretty much. Let's say, no, it's not the same Danny Rose, David Martian there. XYC says, great result for the Rams. Good first half, but poor second half. Well, yeah, he did reflect on the scoreline, 2-0 up at half time, and then conceding 1 goal for Barnsley there. But overall, it's still a win, and Derby would definitely, with them being a favourite to potentially get out of League One, they definitely need these moments. Right. Thank you guys, as always, for the support. I don't think... I mean, we've had 123 likes. I don't know how, but that's what's happened there. For subscribers, we actually have not gained a sub, which is... I don't know. What will I say? Anyway, we've not gained a sub, but we're on 1,312 in case any of you are wondering. If you can hit the subscribe button, it really does help the growth of this channel. We had a name for 1,350, so we're not going to hit that today, unfortunately, but it's one of those things, I guess. Right, so full-time whistles. Let's just quickly run through Championship and all of that, and then I'll end off here. So, Championship, Millwall 3, Coventry 2, unbelievable. Hamer getting sent off, and just like that, Millwall completing the comeback. Preston with their first goal and their first 3 points, 1-0 they win. Rotherham and Reading, 4-0 victors. All the damage was done in the first half. Embarrassing defeat for Reading. Wigan 1, Bristol City 1. Bristol City starting well, but in the second half, Wigan taking over completely. Blackpool 0, Swansea 1. Swansea having a lot of the ball, but looking like that they weren't going to get something. But Olivier Nitschem does manage to get something in the end. Huddersfield 3, Stoke 1. Huddersfield pick up their first 3 points of the season. And it was a moment that Lewis Baker missed the pen. Nakayama makes it 1-0. And then Lewis Baker equalises, so redeeming that he missed the pen. But it wouldn't have mattered because Danny Ward and Rhodes made it 3-1. And Dwayne Holmes getting 2 assists as well. Sunderland 2, QPR 2. One of the stories is that, Ross Stewart and Sims looking like they have really contributed to their front two. But Chair scores in the 87th minute and Seni Dieng somehow scores in the 92nd minute. Must have been from a corner or something. Unbelievable. I can't wait to see that. And finally for the Championship, Hull 2, Norwich 1. 2-0 up and Estupinian pretty much did all the damage. Nunes made it 2-1, but that wasn't enough, as you can see from the attack momentum there and the stats. Norwich, I think, deserves something. To have 12 shots on target and to only score 1 goal is very concerning, in my opinion there. I'll be interested to know how many saves. 10 saves Ingram made, which says everything, really, to be honest, right now. Pretty much explains Norwich's season so far. For the Premier League, the early one was 2-1 Aston Villa. So, Ings and Buendia making 2-0. Digne getting an own goal, making things a bit tight and, nervy for Everton. But pretty much Aston Villa were pretty dominant there. Southampton 2, Leeds 2. I've explained already. Leeds did well to get 2-0 up. And Rodrigo looking like that they were going to carry Leeds to victory. But a triple substitution and a formation change from Southampton resulted in them completing a comeback. Joe Aribo and Kyle Walker-Peters with the 2 goals, and really could have been worse for Leeds had they not defended for their lives near the end. For Brighton Newcastle, it was 0-0. Not much to say, to be honest. Let's just move on. Wolves and Fulham. I think Wolves were slightly better overall, but Mitrovic missing a penalty. How crucial could that penalty miss be for Fulham? Arsenal 4, Leicester 2. Leicester conceding many goals. That's 6 goals that Leicester have already conceded. And we're supposedly linked, Chelsea, with one of Leicester's defenders in Fofana. Don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. Anyway, Jesus scored 2 goals. Xhaka scored a goal as well, Martinelli. And the 2 goals for Leicester was Saliba and James Maddison. Man City, they beat Bournemouth by 4-0. Very comfortable. Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, and then Jefferson Lerma with the own goal in the second half. Haaland only got 1 assist, which I'm a bit miffed about because I did captain him. So it is one of those things. In terms of games coming up for the Premier League, Brentford and Manchester United is happening in the next 20-odd minutes. Nottingham Forest and West Ham will be playing tomorrow, and Chelsea, Spurs, and Liverpool, Crystal Palace will be later games as well. For the Championship, we've got Middlesbrough, Sheffield United, and Blackburn, West Brom all playing tomorrow. Bad season, MK Dons. Yeah, they've not had a great start. 0 points for them, I believe. I do think they've had a tough start, though. That's the only positive I'll give them, though. Right, I think that'll wrap it up for the stream today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, please give the video a like. It really helps. Please hit that subscribe button to continuously show your support for the channel. And please continue to share the channel too. All of that really helps too. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary for joining in this video. As always, I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone.